welcome to the Intelligent Idea Podcast.
All right.
Yo. Hey, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Intelligent Idea Talkers Podcast, for the week of 8/3/2024, August 3rd, 2024. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, D.
This is Juice.
This is Frank.
Yeah, we back, man. It's a lot of shit happened since the last time we got on, fellas.
Yeah, it feels like it's been years.
It's been a while. It's been a while, guys. How you guys been?
Hey, man. Live and maintain, man. You know?
Yeah, just working and working, trying to play video games when I can. Kids. and getting ready for this Spartan race.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, look, listen. I am so sorry. Like, there were like you proposed it to us. She's like, "Yo, what y'all doing?" Was it the 14th or the 15th? Yo, it was fucking crickets, dude.
Are you
yeah, man. I was like, "Yo, like nothing." I try to do my Spartan rallying speech and shit.
I was a bit indisposed, so like I could not get to the messenger.
Dude,
chat.
hey, it's all good, friend. I know you got the new TV set up in that junk, so
it's set up, it's ready to go. But at the same time, I feel bad. But like, yeah. I was like,
at my age, bro, I don't even want to go out there and break a leg, man.
I think I might have something going on that day.
That's right.
So,
that day,
I might get sick that day.
Are you seriously going to do that? You seriously want to do that?
He did it before.
Yeah,
he did it. Like, was it like 2 years ago?
I remember you proposed.
Like 5K is like 3 miles. It's 3 miles, and it's like mostly just messy, but it's not like you're sprinting against other people. Yeah. You're just like going through and you just doing shit. I don't know. I don't know. About to find out, man. I'm about to find out if I'm gonna do it or not.
Shit.
Hey, I'm gonna be cheering for you from bed. Because I'm going to be sick as a dog that day. And I'm like,
it was definitely
let's go.
I got COVID scheduled right that weekend, too, man. I'm dog.
Just take a syringe and be like, well, never had it yet.
Man, I would, but I got my brain transplant on that day, man. I can't
do it.
Got a brain transplant.
I got appendicitis that day, man. Shit, I'm not bad.
They got the measles on that day.
Got a dentist appointment. Not right. I got a dentist appointment.
Hey, I got smallpox, man. I'm gonna have smallpox that day. Smallpox ain't been around since 1918.
You know what I'm saying? You got old diseases and shit.
So, but yeah,
damn, it was definitely
funny.
crazy.
Yo, I didn't even notice
my Alzheimer's kicking in right there.
I didn't even notice this. I'm wearing a Tough Mudder shirt.
Oh shit! Speaking of which and shit.
Oh no! This is just pure coincidence. It's not trying to be ironic in any way. It's just
damn.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
This 100% means that I'm not doing it. I'm gonna be sick that day. Be in this spot.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, man, I hit that first lap around the block, yo. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you were saying
like my legs right now are like aching, son. But
like spaghetti noodles and whatnot,
yeah. You know that jump, you be running, but they ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so that's all that's going on with me.
Hey, fellas, well, like we said, man, a lot happened since the last time we got on, man. Frank went to EVO,
Yeah,
I did go to EVO.
We have some reveals from Marvel, a new Marvel trailer, which we all kind of have mixed feelings about, but. I guess we're gonna start with Frank telling us a story from EVO, man.
Well,
Frank's a great storyteller, everybody.
Yeah, it's like talk about how you set it up, man. Like how you got Power Stone up at EVO.
The pressure is on. So, I just wanted to start by saying I did go to EVO. I did get a chance to go to EVO. For those who don't know what EVO is short for the Evolution Fighting Game Tournament. It's the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. People come from all over the world to compete in fighting games for money. And but it's really cool because you get a chance to meet the larger FGC, which stands for Fighting Game Community, and you get to meet a lot of like-minded people playing games that, playing like kind of obscure games like for side tournaments, or just like hanging out and playing like these really obscure games that you would think nobody else plays, but you meet people that do. So anyway, I love this game from 1999 called Power Stone. It's actually this game right here. You see the poster right here. That poster right there. That's Power Stone. It's a little game that came out in 1999 when the Dreamcast came out. It was a launch title for the Dreamcast, and I immediately fell in love with everything about the game: the aesthetic, the art style, the sound design, music, just the gameplay mechanics. It was just very unique. And to me, there hasn't been a fighting game to this day that has been able to replicate the uniqueness of this game. So I love the game Power Stone. So I don't know, kind of like in my adult years, I kind of been getting back into it, and I've been kind of like going on Discords with that for people that like to play the game. And then it was kind of a dream of mine to go to EVO, which I was able to do some time ago for Dragon Ball Fighters. But it was
I remember that.
Yeah, that was my first time going. That was a great time too. Every time I've gone to EVO, it's been great. Actually, it's a nice event. But it was also like a further dream of mine to kind of like give back in some way to the FGC at large, and I wanted to do that by hosting a side tournament. Now, there are two types of side tournaments that you can do at EVO. One is the community showcase, which is like games that just barely made it to the just barely made it outside of being a main game. EVO usually has around 8 to 9 main games every year, and then they have like a bunch of side tournaments. So the community showcase is like, oh, you just made it, or if the game just kind of aged out of being a main game, it goes to the community showcase. So I originally tried to get into this community showcase with Power Stone, but they rejected that because the game is very old. It's actually 25 years old this year.
That's crazy.
So it's 25th anniversary.
5 years.
25 came out in 1999. September 9th, 1999. Excuse me, September 9th, 1999. It was like the 9/9/99 of the Dreamcast. That was because that was the launch day of Dreamcast also. But
I'm trying to remember when I got on my it was that long ago.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 9/9/99. It's a long time ago. But getting back, so the community showcase, I got rejected for that because what the community showcase entails is that EVO pretty much will run the tournament for you, right? You get to use their internet, their stream setup. They provide you with all of the equipment. You don't have to bring a thing. You just show up, commentate if you want to, and then play, participate if you want to. But EVO supplies everything for you, and I wanted to kind of get in that, and because with that, you're on their platform, and then it gets spread out to many more people. Didn't work out. So the second option is something called BYOC, which is more mainly known as bring your own controller, but in this case, it means bring your own console. So with BYOC, you have to supply everything, right? You have to supply all of the equipment. You have to supply all the equipment. Talking about the console, the games, the controllers, the everything on that end. And with BYOC, they also give you the option of streaming the tournament, but you have to supply all of the streaming equipment, and you have to do all the streaming logistics. So you have to supply like the mics, the cameras, the PC, laptop, whatever you use to stream. You have to supply all of that. So you
said before all they provided was the monitors, right?
Yeah, basically at the end of the day, they provided monitors and power.
I got a question, Frank. So BYOC, is that why on like because any video game nerd, you've seen EVO tournaments on YouTube. Is that why like during the main game, tournaments, the guys always bring their own controller up there?
Yeah.
Okay, I always thought it was like a preference thing. I thought the guys like always trusted their controller. Like, we'll provide you a controller, you can bring your own. No, so it's actually a rule that you have to bring your own controller.
So it's not a rule, right? Because if they have means for you at the event to get your own control, to get a controller, but it's like an unspoken rule at large, because I would say both answers are right. Like, both of your questions, the answer is yes, right? So at large, it's kind of like understood that everyone brings their own controller, everyone. But the reason for that is because, like you said, you trust your own controller. You're not going to you're not going to show up to the event without your own fucking controller that you've been used to and practicing with. Right.
It's got your fingerprint grooves in there.
Yeah, exactly. You're familiar with the controller, and that's really a fucking thing. So you're not going to show up to an event without your controller, buy a new one, or procure a strange one from like your friend or something like that, and then play and expect to be at the same level, right? So it's understood that you bring your own controller because you're familiar with your controllers, you're familiar with your joysticks, you're familiar with your like levelers or hitboxes or whatever you use, right? So BYOC, like I said, it's generally known as bring your own controller, but in the case of the side tournaments, it's bring your own console. So long story short, I got accepted. I applied for Community Showcase. I got rejected. I applied for BYOC, and I was like day one of the first people to apply for it, and they didn't let me know anything until like May, and I applied in like January, and I had thought had gotten rejected, or they just weren't going to tell me I got rejected. But then in May, like the end of May, we're talking like after Memorial Day, right? They were like, "Yo, congratulations! We would be honored if you came and hosted Power Stone for a BYOC tournament at EVO." And I'm like, "Oh shit, this is fucking happening!" Right? Like in the office.
I was just about to ask, like, what is that like? Like the application process to host an event at EVO. So, like, what do you have to go through?
So you go on a page, you access a link, and you basically fill out a Google form, but you have to supply a bunch of like credentials. So you have to supply credentials saying that like you're a part of a Discord that focuses on the game that you're playing. You have to provide links to tournaments that you've run, in the past or have assisted with in the past. You also have to supply. You also have to basically make up a Start GG or like a bracket website. You have to make it up on the spot for them to reference in case you do get accepted. So that once you get accepted, they immediately link your profile to that page, and then you start your advertisement. That's the other thing about BYOC. You have to do all of the other stuff too, the admin stuff, the networking, you have to run the page, you have to run the tournament yourself too as a TO. So
and the advertising, you said?
Yeah, you have to do all of that yourself. Yes. Like it's all you. BYOC is pretty much all you. So
did you have help doing any of this, Frank, or this was all you?
No.
Damn, bro.
It was pretty much all me. I wouldn't say I didn't have any help. Like the day of, I was staying with a friend of mine out there, and he helped me with the tournament. Like he was helping me with like the second setup, and then he was helping. It didn't work out, unfortunately, which is why the video is so goddamn long. But he was helping me with the second setup, and he was also helping me like when I had to play. Then he jumped on the mic and he commentated the matches with the other guy I was commentating with. So it wasn't stressful, man. Like it was the only reason why I would say the setting up was stressful was because they told me practically in June, the event in mid-July, And on top of that, I had no fucking clue.
Like no turn on.
I hadn't, no, there was like no time. But I spent the entire fucking month of June. I had no clue how to stream. None. Zero clue how to stream. I had to learn how to stream from scratch. I asked all the questions. I went through so many fucking YouTube videos. I can't fucking tell you. Like, I'm talking like late nights, like trying to figure out the ins and outs of streaming, because streaming is not a perfect process. Like, it's very messy and it's very complicated. And there's a lot of things that I did not know, like terms and processes that I just did not have any fucking idea about. But I learned, and I went through the shit, and I did it every single day. I was on it. Like, I'm talking, I have like 2 monitors from my job. I was using one of those monitors for fucking the streaming setup and just learning while I was working, like, so it was one of those things. Like, yeah, it does sound like a lot.
There?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Drop.
No, you good, D.
You're good. You good, D?
Yeah.
Okay. But like, yeah, it's the reason why it didn't seem like a lot for me was because, again, this was like a dream, right? This is like this could have been, or could be, a once in a lifetime opportunity to do something like this at fucking EVO.
Yeah,
the biggest fucking stage for fighting games, right? So I'm fucking doing it. Like, I'm gonna fucking figure this shit out, and I'm fucking doing it. And I did. Like, I'm talking like 4 days before I was supposed to leave, I finally got the final piece together, and that was audio. And I was on that for like a whole fucking week, every day, late nights, and just trying to figure out the audio. But anyway, so everything's set up. I was able to pack everything up, and I got on the plane, and I fucking went to Vegas, and then I started running the tournament. In the background, I was also advertising, networking with other TOs for BYOC. Like, I told one of the organizers, I was like, yo, like, I'm noticing that you got like a low amount of people, like, do you want me to enter your tournament? Just press buttons. I don't care. And then, if in return, you could just come and enter my tournament, because my numbers aren't so great right now either.
Good strategy. And
he was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, awesome. So that was like another person that was added on. Good guy, great guy. And yeah, I entered his tournament. His tournament was the day before mine. I just went and pressed buttons, and I lost Super Dragon Ball Z for PS2.
God damn.
Yeah. But,
yo, that was a throwback.
That's throwback. It's fun. It's a fun game.
But sometimes those are the funnest games. Yeah.
It's a fun game. I
remember playing an old jump for Super Nintendo back in the day.
Ultimate Battle 22.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Battle 22. Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I was networking, and then like I was watching the bracket, and organizing the brackets and looking at the entries. People were sending me emails saying like, oh wow, like, you're hosting a Power Stone tournament. That's amazing. How can I join? And I'm like, here's the link. Join up. So
how many consoles did you have altogether?
So I had 2. I had a Dreamcast, and then I had a Steam Deck that I was going to use for my second setup. Unfortunately, the Steam Deck didn't work out. I'll get to that, and I promise the story is almost over. So yeah, I pack up everything. And I go, and at the time, the numbers for the entrance jumped, like multiplied, like by like 4. Like, there was like 1 week we had like 5 people, and then right before the event we had like 20. So, so I'm like, what? I'm like, what's fucking happening? Like, I never even thought we were gonna hit double digits, right? And I said that in the video too. I'm like, I did not think in my wildest dreams that we would hit double digits, but we did. We had 20 people. So we get there. I do some preliminary testing before actually going down to start running it. go down, do some more testing the stream setup, testing the systems, testing everything. And once the tournament started, it was fucking amazing because like it all just went really smooth. You know, all the work that I was doing in the beginning just really paid off, and it helped that the people were great. I had just the right amount of help on my side, and everybody had a lot of fucking fun because that game is fucking fun. And I also participated in it, and I placed second, so I get to say that. And I fucking played out of my mind. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I played out of my fucking mind. I've never played the game at that level that I was playing before. Like, I don't know if y'all even noticed or cared. I don't know if y'all noticed or cared, but like if you watched my matches, I was playing a completely different game than anyone else facing. You know, like it was just like they were down here, I was way up here. Like it was not even a thing. The only person I lost to was the guy who won the fucking tournament. Right. Yeah. So, and
that's why though, because like you were playing other people at that level, man.
Yeah.
It pushes you.
Yeah, like it was like I don't know what it was. Like I just think like all the fucking
also the
work
moment
I was doing. Yeah, I think all the work I was doing, like I think at the end of it, once everything kind of like fell into place and clicked, I was like, I can relax now. I can just play and have fun and commentate and have fun and meet cool people and have fun. And I had such a fucking blast. And I placed second, and I can say that I'm a fucking EVO champion. Like I'm a second place EVO champion at anything. I don't give a fuck if it's unofficial. I don't give a fuck if it's just BYOC. I'm a fucking champion at something. You know, like on a world stage. And we had people coming from the UK. We had people coming in from like this one person was from France. This another person from Canada. We had like people from all over coming to play Power Stone. And the cool thing about it is what I was mentioning before is that everybody that was there loves the game. You know, so we just played just because for the love of the game, and it was great. So
that's cool, man. And you're right, man. That does sound like a
froze. But yeah, man, I don't know. That sounds hella cool, man. Like just going to like EVO is like that. Like the pictures and stuff. You sent some photos, man, from like just from what was that from like the
that was the arena.
So, the arena, that shit was packed.
Yeah, the arena was packed. I should send. I'll send y'all pictures of it when it's empty. It's beautiful in there. Unfortunately, there was kind of like a snafu where it seems like they sold more passes than they had seats at the arena. So during finals day, which is Sunday, where they show the main games all day, you want to get a seat in the arena because like it's just like sports, right? Like it's like I understand, you know, like you go to a football game, it's like the energy is like just.
I've watched anybody who's watched those tournaments on YouTube and everything. Those things get ultra competitive, man. It is like watching a sports match. It is like I mean it gets competitive. People are cheering.
You got to play back.
This is world, right? This is at the world level, not like a local city or state level or even region level. This is the world, right? All over the world, people are coming to play for the money.
What were the main games this year? You know, you always see like Injustice or Mortal Kombat. Like, what were the main lineup?
Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 8, Under Night in Birth, Cicelis, that's the latest one, Mortal Kombat 1, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, King of Fighters 15. There was like one more that I'm forgetting.
I would love to do the EVO, but those games.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, like they have like spectator passes. You don't have to play any of the games, but you can just go in.
I've never heard of Under Night.
Yeah, Under Night's a game by French Bread, where Arc Systems Works published. to get them on the map. It's fucking fantastic game.
So
Melty Blood.
No Injustice this year?
Nah. Injustice has been dead for a while, man.
Yeah, like, gone, yeah.
And Mortal Kombat 1 is not far behind, and Mortal Kombat 1 is trash. So,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad.
I know those are some of the more famous ones that I watched, man. Sonic Fox and
yeah. I mean, he still competed. He still competed, and I think he won this year. I think he won Mortal Kombat 1, but like Mortal Kombat 1 is just not a good game. Like,
yeah.
But like it's like diehard fans of like, the NetherRealm Studios games like Injustice and Mortal Kombat. We'll keep coming back to it. But like the only reason Mortal Kombat got a place this year is because it's a new game. But unfortunately, the reception for it has not been positive. So it's probably going to be his first and last year at EVO. With that considered, especially with City of the Wolves coming out, Mark of the Wolves 2 coming out. Man, that game they had a demo, they had a playable build of that game at EVO. I must have played that shit like 7 times. Like it feels like butter. Like it's so fucking good.
Like Garo. Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Mark of the Wolves.
Oh snap. I bought that. Yo. I didn't know they would come out with another one.
It plays like fucking butter. Like it's so fucking.
You know how old the fucking game is?
Mark of the Wolves is also 25 this year.
Yeah.
Came out in 99, just like Dreamcast games and Power Stone and
that looks good.
But
that's awesome story, Frank.
Yeah, but that's kind of thanks, man. Yeah, it's kind of my story at EVO, and I'm actually working. So like I guess the last thing I'll say is that I was able to do a local recording of the YouTube video. Like hint plug, but like the video, I had no fucking idea that the video would blow up the way that it did. It didn't go viral or anything like that, but like I have nearly 5,000 views on the video, and that's that's unheard of. Especially for a rinky-dink side tournament at EVO. You look at all the other BYOC tournaments that were took place at the same time as mine, like in the same weekend. You're talking like 180 views max, like 200 views, 300 views. Mine has 5,000. So like to me, that's saying the people have spoken. They want to see more Power Stone because there's more interaction on my videos too than any of the others. Whereas like people are commenting, there's like 50 something comments on the fucking video. People are commenting about supporting Power Stone, and they're so glad to see that Power Stone is at EVO, and they're so glad to see that the game is being represented somehow. And it brings back all this nostalgia for people, and like the likes, and I think I got like 20 something new subscribers to my YouTube channel, which I never fucking go do anything with. Right. But it's just this one video just like kind of spurred this. It's starting this snowball effect, I think, of like pushing me to start driving the scene, to start like making the scene more noticeable, more reputable. So
yeah, definitely.
I'm actually I'm working different avenues now. I have like 4 different avenues that I'm working right now, where I'm hopeful to get the scene growth. And in the end, I'm hoping that in 1 year's time, my goal is that if Power Stone is accepted next year for EVO, I will be going. But at this rate, if I could keep the growth strong, Power Stone will not be a BYOC game anymore. It will be a community showcase game. And then I don't have to worry about the fucking headache of bringing all the equipment myself and doing all the shit myself. I just show up, commentate, and play. That's all I need to fucking do.
So, like, what's the availability of that game now, though? Because is that like a barrier?
No, not really. So there's something called there's a browser application called Fightcade. You can use Fightcade to play a bunch of old school fighting games with rollback netcode. And it's actually a way, the way I got back into Power Stone, because Power Stone and Power Stone 2, and Marvel vs. Capcom, all of those games. Like and it's free, 100% free, right? You just have to find the games yourself. But like if you find the ROMs yourself, then Fightcade just plugs it in there, and then you can play against other people who are in the same lobby as you and that want to play the game too.
Okay, word, dude. You gotta show me how that works, man. Because
it's much easier now than ever too. Like there's this like
I thought it was dead, man. Like
No, definitely no. It's definitely not dead.
That's probably that's probably a big reason like you're getting so much like attention, like because
I mean,
I remember like I had rented it back in the day, so I didn't like have it. But I remember loving that junk when I was playing it.
Yeah.
But it's like I just didn't have it. I mean,
No, I mean, like if you want to get like a legit copy of Power Stone and a Dreamcast, it's gonna cost some money. It's gonna get expensive, right? Dreamcast could be anywhere from like $150 to $200. That's like OG price for the for the original system when it came out. And the game itself, like if you want a legit American copy of Power Stone, it's going to cost you more than the Dreamcast would, like because it's rare. Like they don't print, they only printed so many, and so it's rare to have a OG original copy of like Power Stone or Project Justice or Marvel vs. Capcom or any of those old Dreamcast games. It's super rare. So
arcade is like $119
for a disc.
Yeah.
So
I think that's awesome. That's the awesome thing about like events like EVO, right? When you get a bunch of like-minded people together, and like you said, the response to your video and to the event that you hosted,
it's been insane. It's been absolutely insane. Like I never thought that, like, because I thought like a host of putting up the VOD, it's a 5-hour long video. Yeah. And I still got 5,000 views. Are you serious? Like that's crazy. So
shows
like,
the interest in the
it's only been a week since the video's been up.
So I was going to ask. So since you hosted this year, would it make your application to host next year? Would it make it easier to get in?
So like not officially, but unofficially, yes. Because I talked to the people who accept the applications, or some of them. Not like the main people who accept, but like I talked to people who accept the applications, and they were like, yeah, just keep up, keep in touch, apply day one like you did, and then we'll notice your name, we'll see your name, and then we got you. But like officially, everybody has to have a fair shot. So we'll see. But again, my hope is that it's not going to just be a side tournament this year. It'll be a side tournament, but it's not going to be a BYOC side tournament this year. It's going to be a community showcase because of this reception that it's gotten only after a fucking week.
That's cool, man. So do they get a ton of applications that they turn down every year?
I'm sure they get applications that they turn down. Yeah.
So it's like a tough market to even break in, to even get a call back from them.
It can be. That's why I got rejected for community showcase, but I got accepted for BYOC. But I was perfectly fine with trying BYOC maybe a couple more times, but like with this reception that I've gotten, all the new people joining the Discord, all the people saying like, if you do this again next year, consider me a contestant. Like read the comments. Read the comments on that video. Like it's legit. Like people are like, "Oh my god, this is so."
I might come out there, John. Oh man,
come on, let's go. Let's go.
We test off these controllers, man. Hold on, man.
Let's go.
It don't still works.
Let's go.
I don't want to go against Frank and Power Stone. I'll be a spectator.
Man, just enter the tournament. It's free.
That is awesome, though, man. It's awesome,
and a reason to go to EVO.
Yeah, it's free, and I provided prizes for first, second, and third. I gave my prize to the third place guy though, because he was a good competitor, and I already had like extras and stuff like that. So I there were medals. So
cool. You got medals?
Extra dope. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah. You hosted.
There we go,
Frank.
The EVO medal.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Cool.
Frank, that's awesome, man. You hosted an event at EVO, bro.
Yo,
that's fucking awesome, bro. Yeah, that is cool shit. I just talked about it like that.
Yo,
that's fucking awesome, man.
Like this is fucking unreal. It hits me sometimes and then it doesn't. It's like because I'm moving forward. I'm trying to move forward with this, but it's like, yo, sometimes I sit down by myself. I sit still and I'm like, yo, I fucking just hosted a fucking Power Stone tournament at EVO. And I got second place in the same tournament at EVO. So I'm a second place champion at a fucking EVO tournament. That's fucking wild to me sometimes, you know?
That shit is crazy.
And then I think about, oh shit, I gotta network with this person. Oh shit, I gotta message this person back or something about Power Stone. Or I gotta respond to these comments on the video, or like monitor the metrics on the video, or something. Like it's fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, sometimes I sit still and I'm like, yo, I fucking did it. You know, and if it doesn't happen again, I could just say I did it. You know,
ladies and gentlemen, we told you guys.
Yo, I'm sure this is going to happen again.
Yeah, of course,
it's going to happen again.
Yeah, this is
going to happen again. It's just,
like, yo, you just breathe life in this whole thing all over again, man. Like,
seriously,
I'm telling you.
Seriously, like, you guys don't have any idea what I potentially got cooking. Like, I've got some cool shit cooking. I just need people to respond back to me. Like, I got some cool shit cooking, guys, and I'll fill you in once it actually happens. But
that's dope, though. And I definitely might make a trip to EVO next year.
But yeah, man. EVO. Fuck.
Did you get to enjoy any of the sights of Vegas, or was all business, all tournament?
It was Vegas was hot. No, well, Vegas was hot as shit. Like Vegas is like, I'm talking like minimum 118 degrees every day.
Fucking hot.
Like I'm not laughing. This is my face. Like 118 degrees every day.
That's crazy.
Like at a minimum.
You know, when you go to Vegas, it's a dry heat. It's not like Virginia. No, it's fucking hot. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's dry or
it's just hot.
I mean, you can't even walk on the sidewalk.
It's a dry heat. It gets hot.
Just the heat emanating from the concrete.
It's
right?
hot.
Like
it should come up from up here.
I know. We got the melanin and we have the capacity to deal with it, but it's fucking hot. Like this is not correct. Like this is not.
That's that desert heat.
You know.
Yeah,
like it's fucking hot. Like it's so. So yeah, so going out. Nah, I stayed in the hotel. Maybe we went out like the first day to get like snacks for the hotel room, and then we went right back to the hotel, and we stayed our asses in the hotel. Luckily, the venue was right across the street. That was fucking clutch. So we literally crossed the street, and there was a convention center right there. We could see it from our room, and we crossed the street, and we'd be in the convention center all day. You know, so, but I mean, inside the convention center, there was so much to do in the venue. So I wasn't really like, you know, concerned with trying to go out to other places in Vegas, because I was there for EVO. So I spent the most time at EVO doing stuff. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Fuck, guys, I did it.
Yeah, man. Congratulations, man.
I'm sitting here and you're telling a story, and it dawned on me. I'm like, damn, this dude hosted an event at EVO, man. That's like the mecca of gaming, you know what I mean?
Gaming,
hosted, ran, coordinated, and participated. And I came out of it a second place champion. So, and I was very okay with coming out second place. If I had won, I would have been like, that's crazy, but there would have been this weird pressure to kind of like you know, now I'm the defending champion. Now it would have been like people are coming after me now. Whereas I could stay in second place and still run the tournament. I could stay in second place, and then I can have something to strive towards now. You know,
that's awesome, man. Well, congratulations, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Thanks, man. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. But it happened, and I'm very happy, and it was just great. I had a great time, despite everything. When everything was over, I was like, whoosh, just whoosh.
It's like a weight off your shoulders, you know. Huge. And that's what I said about the stressful part is like, you know, it's hard for me to organize like a barbecue at my house, right? Let alone an event at EVO,
I know, right?
You know? So like just the pressure of having everything set up and not having any glitches, and you're hosting other people, and they want everything to go smooth.
That's also one of the hardest parts too. It's like like hurting all these cats, you know, like hurting all the people. Like there's so many different people You know, I told everybody before the tournament started, I told everybody, I'm like, be an adult. Don't fucking walk away. You know, like if you need to go to the bathroom, take a phone call, whatever, let me know so that if your name comes up when it's time for you to play, I know that you're not here and I'll give you some time. But if you just walk away, I told him, I'm like, I'm not like those fucking people out there that wait 20 minutes for you to show up. If you're not back in 5, and you're not going to know when that time is. If you're not fucking back here in 5 minutes, you're DQ'd. You're done. And everybody was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, I'm serious. And I think people respected that because like there's a lot of personalities out there that aren't so like, you know, like that aren't like gung-ho or legit about TOing an event like that. And I think people respected that, like, yo, be an adult. Like if you got to go somewhere and your name is called, let me know so that I can move on to the next match. So I can give you some time. Keep it just keep it moving. So yeah,
that's awesome, man. Congrats, man.
Thanks, man. It was
a cool story.
It's crazy, but it happened, and I'm very happy. So yeah, heck of a year so far.
Look, in other pop culture news, Marvel. Right?
Yeah.
Marvel Entertainment. Marvel Comics. You know, I'll say this much for Marvel, like with X-Men 97, it's still capable of them to give us good stories and good they're still capable of it, you know. But I guess there's
that word capable.
We had news in the Marvel community. What's this guy's name again? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Tony Stark is supposed to play. You know what
Goddamn Doom, man?
Is Victor Von Doom? That's his comic actual name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. You know, my friend told me that in the comics, there was one variation where Tony does become Dr. Doom.
Yes, that is in
Infamous. That's legit.
That's an Infamous Iron Man. It's kind of like
I actually have it.
It's kind of like you could say it was like kind of like Superior Spider-Man, kind of like tone. In a way, it wasn't like, you know, nobody took over his body like Doc Ock did with Peter, but like it's kind of the same tone where it's like in this world, in this universe, Tony Stark, instead of becoming Iron Man, he became Dr. Doom, and he was legitimately Victor Von Doom in this universe. What do you guys think about this?
I was just going to ask, what do you guys like? Do you guys have faith in this?
No.
I mean,
great. Just no.
No.
Like even the reveal of him taking the mask off, you know, and it's Robert Downey Jr. standing there, and I'm like, no.
I think at first, like the shock value was like, yo, this is gonna be the best thing ever, and then you sleep on it and you give it some time and you let it breathe, and then you look at it again. And you're like, oh,
what the fuck y'all doing?
Like, yeah.
Right. Yeah, like that's literally this process I went through. I was like, that's wow. Yeah. Okay, he's back. And then the more I think about it, I'm like, is this what I want?
Like this
is not what I was expecting when I was expecting Doom. Like, I want Victor Von Doom. I don't want Tony Stark Doom. Right. Like,
is he going to be the?
It's a different person. It's a whole Victor different scenario. Like, I don't really want. I want somebody with, like, you know, no shitting on his acting skills or whatever. He was a great Tony Stark, but all I ever see him is Tony Stark, because that's the problem, arguably that's him, right?
That's the problem.
So you want Doom to be kind of like you want Doom to be in there like this,
you want
like tinted fingers and contemplating a fucking. I don't want him fast talking.
You want Doom to be his oown personality, right?
Yeah.
You want him to be his own person, and like doing this, like bruh, like Kaiman, I really hope that like what you said in the past holds true here. That we gotta have faith, because right now this to me screams absolute desperation, and it's a fucking bad move. and I don't think this is gonna work. I might be eating my words, and I hope I do. But like, this is a bad move. Like,
I don't think it's gonna work either.
Marvel.
I will say the one saving grace in it is the Russo brothers, right? Like, I mean, they helmed, everything that's great today about Marvel cinematically. So I'm thinking maybe they're going to throw us a curveball somehow.
I hope so.
Every time I look at this Victor Von Doom, at Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom, all like you said, all I'm going to think is Tony Stark. You know,
like, and it's not just us. It's a lot of people. The majority, the casual fans, people who don't know about who haven't watched the movies like that, like who don't know about the comics, who are just watching the movies for sheer entertainment value.
Yeah.
They know they've been invested at some point in the past, like 15 years of this, and 16 now. Shit. But like the past 16 years of this, they've been invested at some point, and they've seen Iron Man at some point, and that's the only person they're going to associate, and it's going to confuse a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
I don't kind of buy that they're going to do it. Like Victor Von Doom.
I don't buy that. I don't think they're going to do it either.
Yeah, you think it's kind of like a feint or like a throw off or something?
Like hey, look over here while we do this over here kind of thing. I don't know.
You think it's something like that?
Like I like getting back to the Russo brothers real quick, and then we'll continue on that thread. But like I think the Russo brothers, yeah, you're right, D. Like, yeah, they've done like the more solid movies, like the more critically acclaimed movies in the MCU. But I feel like bringing them back is also an act of desperation too.
100%.
Because Marvel has seen the writing on the wall. They've seen that people are not so receptive to them anymore. They see that their quality sucks, and in order to bring everybody back to make everybody remember the glory days, they want to make everybody remember the glory days. By
look back to this guy. Remember him?
Remember Iron Man?
So he's your friend.
Remember Iron Man? Like, oh my God, he's the most popular character that we've had. And then you remember the guys who directed most of the Avengers movies and the Captain America movies? We're bringing them back too. They're gonna direct more Avengers movies. And let's not worry about that Jonathan Majors shit that happened. He's gone. He's no more Kang. It's just done. One and done. Ant-Man beats him. Legit. He's dead now. And we're gonna bring back Robert
that
guy. He's not Iron Man. And everybody's like, yo, that's so smart. It's so intelligent. And then you just think about it. And you're like,
no.
What the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah, dude. Like, no, I'm sorry. I'm so bitter over this whole Kang thing. Like, we had, there was so much potential there. But like, here's the thing, right? I feel like you're right as far as like them trying to, like, them kind of reading the writing on the walls, like you were saying. Like, people are complaining about this and that. But I feel like this is like an overcorrection. Like, if they're really talking about like pulling in, I don't know, a multiverse Tony Stark as Doom, just to get the familiar face back in, it's kind of an overcorrection because, like, one of the main and the best things about the hero movies, and I think from Superman to from DC to Marvel to The Boys, everything, like, the best thing is bringing in a new face to be the character that will be centered in this new, like, in this new movie or franchise, whatever. Like, these new characters, we want, like, so when you bring in an old face that we've already established, it's in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like bringing, I don't know, and I feel like it just kind of ruins the whole, like, immersion, right?
It does.
It ruins the whole immersion because you want, like, Chris Evans was a great Captain America. He was other movies, and then he was like Human Torch, whatever. But when it came to the MCU, he was Cap, and he carried Cap through in a number of movies, right? Mm-hmm. Same with Tony Stark, all the characters, right? And then when you start mixing, one of the issues was with Reed Richards, where they couldn't fucking figure out this Reed Richards situation. And so now they got multiple Reed Richards running around, even the whole multiverse thing. Like, they shouldn't have done that, arguably.
No, they shouldn't have.
Or do that and then keep the same guy. Why would you?
Yes.
Because you're breaking the immersion. So now you're telling me that the multiverse isn't the multiverse, is just different? Like, what?
And that's one of the things they did early on that worked so well, right? Like, you saw Tony Stark in the Hulk movie at the end. You saw Natasha Romanoff in the Captain America movie, and it was the same actress and actor. So I agree with you. It's breaking the immersion. Yeah.
Did y'all didn't see Deadpool and Wolverine yet, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm going tomorrow.
I'm not gonna.
I gotta sneak out. Don't tell my son. I gotta sneak out.
Okay. I'm not gonna say another word.
Same here. Don't tell my wife, even if she's watching.
I'm not gonna say another word. But hey, Claudine. But like, I'm not gonna say another word. But like Marvel, to their credit, they had I think they had some kind of plan with this multiverse business.
I did too.
And it seems like this is kind of like an end trail of that overarching story. But at the same time, I completely agree with you. It's an overcorrection in that they're wasting and cheapening established characters by switching them in and out like this. Yes. As far as the faces and the actors and things like that, they are cheapening. Like, Iron Man's death ain't gonna mean that much anymore because here he is again. He's just a different
powerful
guy.
moment. It was one of the most powerful moments in the MCU.
He's just a different guy. You know, he's the guy. He's the guy that started. Well, I mean, we all know the real truth. Blade is the one that started the MCU, but like Iron Man is the movie that started the MCU, right?
The Avengers,
and led up to the Avengers, and then it led up to more things, right? So that's why it was so poignant, where it was like it started with him and it ended with him, and they should have left it at that. But everybody loves money, so they just kept.
There's a fucking problem, yo.
I remember seeing
stories up our asses, and that we don't want or ask for.
It's always going to come back to the corporation ruining the art, right?
Oh, of course.
It's always going to be that, and I feel like that's exactly where Marvel's at now. Right. I'm super fine with them with the public, quote unquote, being annoyed or complaining about the Marvel movies, right? Because they were doing new things and they were being creative. And they were stepping outside of the bounds, right?
They were also
and then everybody's complaining, but they were going to go watch it to complain about it, whatever. But when you start throwing in all these just kind of ruining the version, like I said, or doing these desperate actions for the sake of oh God, we got to please the fans, we got to make them happy, they'll be the people who are interested in the media are going to consume the media, right? They want to know what's going to happen next. But when you start conforming what happens next to the audience, if you don't have that plan, because here, my faith is shook, right? Right, my faith is shook because that desperation is. I know. I admit, man. I've fallen, but desperation is
What date is this? What time is it?
Mark it in.
August 3rd, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time. Excuse me.
We're not that desperation, man. It's that means you guys didn't have a plan, or they did have a plan.
They did,
I think it was linked to Kang.
It absolutely.
It was linked to Kang and Loki, and then that shit.
It fell apart.
It didn't even fall apart. They threw it away, man. I still don't think it had to go down like that, man. Because
they could have easily recasted Kang and kept the same fucking plan that they had. But I think that maybe goes to show about how little they had in general with the multiversal storyline, right? I think them.
You're gonna throw it away, man.
Yeah. So I agree with you there. I think they just said, like, you know what, we don't really got much, so let's just toss it to the side and let's just do something crazy. What's the craziest thing you can think of? Jim, go. Bring back Robert Downey Jr. We can't. He's dead. But bring him back as somebody else, somebody big, somebody bad.
Oh, that's a great idea. Bing. Yeah.
Jim, keep talking. you know what?
I don't really.
All this is in the boardroom and shit.
Seriously.
I don't really blame Marvel and Disney for being desperate. They have to do something because our faith is shaken. Like, they don't have the same quality of product as they had. And even with Kang, outside of Kang, the character, they didn't really have anybody else interesting around him. Like, we didn't care about Ant-Man that much. There was no real character to endear you to Kang. So it was kind of easy to pivot away from that. I remember seeing an interview because Juice talked about money, and that's the problem. I remember seeing an interview with Robert Downey Jr. after Endgame on Joe Rogan, where he said he wouldn't appear in any more Marvel movies. He was done with the MCU. He had done it for over a decade at that point. And, he was talking about how, when he's in the Iron Man suit with no helmet on from the head up, he has to have on like this football suit, because they can't CGI everything. They have to have a head up shot of him. So he's kind of tired of all the prosthetics and all that. And here goes Disney backing up with another truck of money to bring you back. What happened, Robert? You gave in for the money. I don't blame you, because they paid you a lot of money for these two movies. Was it $80 million he's getting for these two movies?
He's going to get $80 million.
$40 million a movie? Yeah, I'm bringing me back.
No,
yeah.
I think it's $80 million per movie.
Damn.
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't blame him. He's one of their biggest stars. He lit the MCU up.
He's the biggest star for the biggest movie studio in history.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're going to pay him the money.
I don't blame Disney so much. They have to do something. They have to do something to bring us back, and at least they swung. I can say that much.
It's like,
look, I think they took the gamble on the wrong place, man. I personally think people would have forgiven Jonathan Majors.
I think they should have just recasted Jonathan Majors. Like,
I don't think so. I don't like who, because then we're back in the same position.
Not really, because they would be in a better position than they are now. Instead of making these fucking Hail Marys by bringing back the Russos and bringing back RDJ as a fucking major villain, like, how is it going to work? And it also pisses me off so much because, like, now it's like they're not paying attention because you have the Fantastic Four movie coming. You're going to make Galactus the villain. Cool, great villain for them. That's their big bad. But Doctor Doom is also right there with Galactus as their big bad. But you're not going to put him in Fantastic Four. You're going to put him in the fucking Avengers movie. So that means you're going to have several movies, like a ton of movies before the Avengers movies actually happen. So, like, what are you guys trying to do here? You're potentially wasting a big character like Doctor Doom, who you wanted to kind of like be your alternate tentpole as the villain, by throwing RDJ in the Avengers movies only. Excuse me. And then we'll never see Doctor Doom again. We'll never hear from him again because Marvel has a tendency to do that. There's a lot of wasted potential throughout the fucking MCU. Mm-hmm. A lot of wasted potential. Villains die immediately. You never see him again. You see cameos of people. You never see him again. You see cameos of alternate reality versions of characters that should have appeared already. You never see him again. It's crazy to me, man. Like,
they've been disjointed ever since after Endgame. And Frank made a point earlier of them wasting the potential of established characters. They proved that with Thor: Love and Thunder because
guys,
I still haven't seen that shit.
Guys, trust me. Go watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this, and this has nothing to do with anything that happens in the movie, but Hugh Jackman Wolverine, right? Do you think we're ever going to see him again?
I would love to not.
I mean, but do you really think, even with what you know about the movie or what you've seen about him, but do you think that the MCU would actually try to put him in another movie, MCU movie?
Yes.
No. I think so.
No, I don't think so. No, they won't. We'll never see him again. There's going to be
Hugh Jackman.
I'm not spoiling anything about the movie. I'm just saying. I don't think we're going to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again in an MCU movie. They're gonna do what they've been doing.
And I would kind of hope not, right? Like this,
no, they're not gonna. They're not.
But they shouldn't have. Well, here's the problem: is that then they shouldn't have.
But this is what we were talking about before, right? Switching people in and out, These fucking like just playing like checkers with like actors playing different people, or supposedly
it's Hollywood, man. Hollywood playing around too much.
Like for some characters, you have to like it would be hard to bring back another Iron Man into the MCU because of the nostalgia of Robert Downey Jr. It'd be hard to bring back another Wolverine, but Wolverine is such a tentpole character. They have to
all different, man.
This is literally the same problem. This is literally the same problem. You just said that it's very difficult for them to bring back Iron Man, a different person as Iron Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
they killed the verse
with movies like Logan.
But they threw money at Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine.
110%, yeah. I kind of can't be mad at them about that. They probably threw a shitload of money.
No,
it's never on the actors, right? Like it's never on the actors.
It's never on them. It's about what's behind the scenes. Like what? Like
it's the creative minds behind it. They're just acting.
I think certain characters are definitely recastable because of their send off, right? Like you can recast Iron Man. It'd be a high bar to set because even Wolverine, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, because their send off was so poetic, at the end of Endgame and then in the movie Logan. Like I think that send off for the actor of Hugh Jackman at the end of Logan, you could recast Wolverine and get away with it. I think the fandom would forgive you for that. It'd be a high bar. You'd have to get a guy that can carry that load of playing that character, but
it's not the high of a bar. Wolverine is. It's not the high bar. We're just used to Hugh Jackman.
It is because people associate Wolverine cinematically with Hugh Jackman. That's why we have such a problem. That's why we have such a problem grasping Dr. Doom from Robert Downey Jr. because cinematically he is Tony Stark to us. You know what I mean? So
that's. Can I just say though, like I don't want to make this a race thing, but let's talk about T'Challa. Like that's fucked, right? Like his send off was ass. Like that was terrible. Wakanda Forever wasn't a great movie, and also the way they killed him off screen, and they didn't even fucking do the character of T'Challa the service of even trying to recast him. They made Shuri Black Panther, and she does become Black Panther in the comics, but it's like, yo, the story of T'Challa could have lived on. You could have recast T'Challa. You could have recast that character.
There could have been a way.
Not to. But
that's what T'Challa Jr. is about.
But they're recasting fucking Thunderbolt Ross, right?
Yeah.
So they're recasting him, but they don't want to recast Iron Man or Wolverine. Like I think T'Challa. I don't think T'Challa was given enough of a chance to be established as a character in the MCU. But the character's importance of being Black Panther, a legitimate superhero in the MCU, a Black superhero in the MCU, and they did not show him the same respect that they're showing these other actors.
I think so.
I don't know. So my main, I got a little bit of like difference on that one is just like because of how it all happened. Like that's pretty circumstantial and like
it is very circumstantial.
And like I know for a fact people had a connection with Boseman, right? Like the people had a connection with Boseman, and like we the invested nerds are like definitely like, wow, we would love to see another T'Challa. Like that T'Challa, but like we're also not the majority of the viewers of the media, right? So I feel like the people who like really connected with that T'Challa were like regular people who had never read a Black Panther comic, who never even encountered the dude for real, and they were like, "This is that guy." And also remember, people were dressing up the movie theaters. It was a movement, and I feel like, look,
How
I was like the first person on the boat was like, yo, recast. But when I go back and think about it, I'm like, that's kind of just like from a kind of like a niche perspective, you know?
They easily could have fixed that T'Challa situation, man. I mean, they make up stories, right? Like that's what movies are, the magic of movies. You make up what happened. They easily could have fixed that with Michael B. Jordan, bro. They easily could have fixed that with the character of Killmonger.
Speaking in general,
here, a couple of lines there. Hey, this is what happens.
Killmonger does come back to life.
He's an anti-hero now, you know? Like you could have fixed that situation. I know we live in a different world where like I didn't hate Shuri. I know we got on Black Panther too, but I didn't hate Shuri as Black Panther, but I think sometimes the fans feel alienated from so much I want to say feminism in the movies, right? Because the core base of these fans of these movies are, let's face it, men, nerds. We're men, you know. We read the comics, we bought the toys, we love these stories, you know. So I think that was probably some of the bad reception for Black Panther 2 was that there wasn't a strong male there. I mean, the strongest male character was Namor, you know. He was probably the most memorable male character from that whole movie.
I don't personally think, I mean, I think there is some validity to what you're saying, but I don't personally think that was a major factor as to the quality of Wakanda Forever. I don't think so either. I think Wakanda Forever just was not a well-made movie, and considering with what they had to kind of like, because they had to like redo it from scratch, and they had to redo it in the fact that like T'Challa is gone. Right, and you know Shuri takes over as the Black Panther, but like kind of going back to what you were saying, Kaiman, about people dressing up and things like that. How much of that do you think was Boseman, and how much of that do you think was for the character Black Panther?
Well, that's the thing, because we didn't have that before, and it was him. Like if Chris Evans died,
yes,
right?
It was definitely a combination, like a good concoction.
I think it was because the two were the same person. In the overall, in the what do you call it, the zeitgeist, whatever. Like in the eye of the people in society, Chadwick Boseman was T'Challa more than any other character he had played, right? More than, and this was our first time seeing T'Challa on screen, seeing a Wakanda. Seeing a Wakanda was an emotional moment for Black people.
As a prolific, rich, successful, a king, you know, like a Black,
and then he killed it,
and then he
killed it like so good, and everybody felt like they knew this nigga, right? So let me not call him it, but like everybody felt like they knew Chadwick Boseman, right? Or T'Challa in one and the same. So I think like that was kind of a unique situation, but Thunderbolt Ross, Thunderbolt Ross was a side character, always. And he's a side character even now. So I think like it doesn't carry the same like weight. Like he's not the main character in. He's not the main character in
Captain America.
Yeah, he's not.
War.
So like I feel like switching his character out, and didn't the original guy he did die, right?
He died.
Yeah. Unfortunate, because he was great as Ross, but like.
He was good. He's a good actor. He was a good actor in general.
Yeah, in general, true. But yeah, like, I don't think it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like apples and oranges. It's not really like equivalent. Like, or switching characters up. Robert Downey Jr. dying. Like, if they were to replace Tony Stark died. Not Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark died, and if they were to bring in another Tony Stark, I also feel like that would have the same like shakeup in a different way, because Tony Stark, as we consider them the same, like overall zeitgeist. Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. and the other way around. Like we see them outside, that's the same person, right? And I feel like if they were just to go in and be like, all right, so we want another Tony Stark, you have to wipe the verse. You gotta do Batman Forever. Right? You gotta do a whole new thing.
This is potentially what they're doing. kind of getting back.
But they're not. That's the problem. Like if they want to do this stuff, then wipe. You got to wipe everything. We need an incursion event. Like we need to wipe it all out. We need to.
But like Frank said, they're desperate.
I'm with you.
Like Frank said, they're desperate, but they have to do something. They have to get you back into the theater and get your excitement up. And it worked initially, right? When I first saw Robert walk out on that stage, I was like, oh hell yeah, they bringing him back. And like, you sleep on it, you're like, what? What does that
don't feel right?
Yeah,
something doesn't feel right. Like,
yeah, you're right.
No, I'm with you. With you. It's just to the point as like this is what they're doing wrong, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because they're bringing him back, but like they're bringing him back just because he's the guy who played Tony Stark, but he's not Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
And
right? He's Doctor Doom. He's not Iron Man. He's Doctor Doom. I honestly think the only way they could pull this off, and I think I might have mentioned it to you guys, or it might have been another group, but like the only way I think they could pull this off is if they use the character's face, maybe personality, however he portrays Doom, as like a crux, right? Like for like the Avengers. Right, because everybody the MCU at large, they all know this guy, this face as Tony Stark. They're all like, "Yo, Tony, you're back." And for some reason, he has the knowledge of what his counterpart did and what he meant to everyone, and he uses that to his advantage to kind of like infiltrate and manipulate and fuck shit up, and fuck shit up.
So it's like Peter Parker and a superior Spider-Man, like a mind.
Yes.
Like you come in
a way,
disguised in some kind of way.
Yes. It's kind of like he's a double agent. It's like he's a double agent. He's just using the same face and personality of a long lost friend to infiltrate the good guys and fuck them up in some way because he's so much smarter than everyone else. Right?
Did y'all watch Secret Invasion?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I haven't watched it yet, but maybe Skrulls could be using it.
Don't stay away from that stuff.
Stay away from that. And
that would be even worse.
It's
I haven't watched it. I'm gonna watch it.
That would be even worse. Like that would be the worst thing ever.
It's Hollywood, and the magic of Hollywood is you can make up whatever story you want. Just hopefully, like you're saying, Frank. Hopefully, they just choose the right thing. Like. It kind of like what you said, it needs to be a hard reset. If they're going to bring back Tony Stark, reset it.
It was all new.
A different timeline.
It was well filmed.
This timeline, Tony Stark became Doctor Doom, not Iron Man. So it just depends on what choice they make. Because sitting here right now, at this moment, it doesn't make sense to me.
At this moment, I don't have any faith in this.
How am I going to look at this character and say this is Doctor Doom when I saw him burned from using the stones at the end of Endgame, Talk about a powerful scene, man. I felt like crying during that scene in there, man.
Going back, like I said, I really hope what you said rings true and that Marvel's got something up their sleeve because this is all not great. This is all desperate.
All bad.
No good.
No good, very bad.
I bet you Disney just misses being on top of the world. They miss it and they're like, yo, we have to do something, man. We need people to speak our name with reverence again. And we need people to be excited when a movie from us comes out. And we want to build this 10 movie arc over the span of 10 years. We want the old thing back, So they have to do something, man, because this whatever they've been doing since the end of Endgame.
Bring back Jonathan. This might have been their pivot, man. This might have been their downfall. I'm sorry.
One of my favorite movies post Endgame. One of my favorite movies post Endgame is The Eternals, and I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. I thought it was well made. I thought the action was good. I thought the story wrapped up well at the end. Like, why can't we blend some of that into what we're doing now? Like, why? I don't understand what direction they're going in, because like
nobody's concerned with a celestial popping up out the earth. Like, it's just crazy.
Isn't that crazy? It's like
that's just crazy.
Somebody have referenced that in one of the other movies after, But I mean, just
it was not an arm,
man. You guys don't have it. It's kind of crazy that this
this
multi-billion-dollar corporation does not have a plan for these cinematic movies that they're coming out with. You know, like they really don't have.
Allow me to advocate for this devil though.
How do you spend this much money and this many resources on this thing, and you don't have a plan of what you're going to do with them? You know.
Dude, why do we think rich people have plans?
Because they're printing
everything
money.
they've been doing.
Because they're printing money and they're printing money.
Yes, rich people have lots of money. That doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're doing. This never has. It's never meant that. Like they are winging it.
The quality. They had a good stretch, but the quality has fucking gone down considerably.
Yeah,
I blame Iger. I blamed him up because at the top, dude. Like. I blame dude, I'm telling you, like, I know I keep going back to this, man, but like that decision with Jonathan Majors, I feel like this is gonna bite them in the end, man, because this is why they're flailing. Like, even if they weren't 100% sure, having a multiversal,
they had something
multi-face aware villain like that. That's the thing you need to do a multiverse story. Like you need that out of time element, just the same way Thanos was that out of time element, right? Until he popped in.
Like Thanos was an out of world element.
Out of world element, yeah.
And Kang is an out of time and space element. Like that's the way to go bigger, right? Like that's where it's like, yo, y'all are really doing this. You know,
yeah, because you have there's that linchpin of upon which all things can spread from, right?
I don't know.
Like variants, like they were variants, heroes that we've never seen before, you know, or we thought we would never see because they had the options to go everywhere and anywhere,
right?
And any when. You know,
Professor X. That was one of the most exciting moments in the MCU. Was that Doctor Strange? When those guys popped up, it was I'm talking about Professor X rolled in. That was in Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah,
one of the most exciting moments. And like, cool. I still don't think they had that much of a plan with Kang. I mean, you know, Thor was so disjointed. Ant-Man, yes, we loved him from the Avengers movies, but I don't think he was enough of a tentpole character to base your main MCU villain, you know, his origin kind of in that movie. I think right there they kind of messed that up, you know.
No, I think he was a very good choice. He didn't have enough time, unfortunately. They didn't have enough time to develop him, unfortunately.
Who are we talking about?
Like, Kang.
Okay.
Kang.
I think talking about Ant-Man.
No, they didn't have enough time to develop Kang. Like, I think Kang was a great choice because, like we just said, Kang is time and space, whereas Thanos was just like a guy, an alien that was like not.
He had a big plan,
right? But like Kang is like bigger than that, right? Like much bigger than that.
I don't think Ant-Man was a big enough character to premiere the character of Kang. If you're going to lynch the next several movies
or that microverse, like what do you call it? The small verse. That seemed like I don't.
That was a prison. That was a prison for him. Like I don't think that was a terrible idea. I just think like again, like they needed to start somewhere and maybe start small, right? But it was the same idea what they were doing with the phase 1, phase 2. You know, like giving heroes their own movie, giving them the origin story, kind of like building them up, and then they would have the Avengers movies, and like it would all come together. I think that's what they were doing, just in reverse with Kang.
Well, not you guys, but that's what people were hating on because they were trying to do that with the all new, all different. They're trying to build a new character. Everybody's like, ew, they're women though. They shut the fuck up. Like, let them cook. Like,
I don't have a problem with that at all. Like,
not you, but I'm talking about like that's the problem. Like, they're like,
I don't think women are the problem with the. I don't think women are the problem. We love strong characters. We love strong heroic characters, right? Like, I don't think the woman thing is necessarily the problem. Why a lot of these movies are not getting great reception. It's just I think the hero story, the hero's journey is not being told well. about the characters they are choosing.
Yeah,
you know,
that's part of it. Like,
I don't know.
Talk about
Specifically.
like the Marvels, right? Like the Marvels were 3 female leads, but I enjoyed that movie. I don't think I had a problem with that movie. Really, it was very short, and it's kind of like here today, gone tomorrow. But like,
I carry more weight when you had the show behind it.
Now, hindsight is 2020. I think what Marvel should have done post Endgame is, one of their best projects, WandaVision, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man, Thor: Love and Thunder. You should have had a drop from Kang in all of these movies. That's
what they were trying to do. They just didn't have the time to do it.
Yeah, and it's like you dropped the ball from there.
Ant-Man. That was what they were going to do. They started with Ant-Man. Like the Avengers movies were called the Kang Dynasty, and then they had Secret Wars, right? Like they were going to literally put him in every single movie in some way, shape, or form. But shit happens, and unfortunately, they dropped him.
One of the most exciting
scenes.
They fucked up. They fucked up.
They should have dropped him.
They did.
Well, they had
over 3rd-degree misdemeanor. I'm gonna argue that shit forever, son. Like,
no, I agree. They fucked up. They fucked up big time. Like because.
And now you got Robert Downey Jr. up here.
Because like here comes RDJ to save the day, but wait a minute, he's not. It's not quite what you think.
He's not what you're used to. Yeah,
It's
you had a fresh face. You had what you needed to create a new good character. Look, man. Anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully they get this thing out. I miss the old thing. I want that old thing back too. I miss the anticipation of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That month before the movie came out, and you're just. Little trailer breakdowns and all that. When's the last time you saw a good trailer breakdown where you're like, I can't wait to see this movie? Like the anticipation before we went to see
Stanley Romulus
Home, or I miss it, man. I want it back. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of these movies.
I almost forgot about Romulus. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that.
But you know what else? Brave New World.
Ugh.
Right. Did any of you guys see A Quiet Place with Lupita?
Nah. No, I didn't. I want to see it though.
It got bad. It got a bad score.
Yeah,
it did.
It looked good.
What scores?
They always make trailers look good though. It looked good. I never saw it.
Like, you gotta watch that shit yourself.
Did you see the first two? Quiet Places?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see the first 2 Quiet Places?
I don't think so.
Watch them.
I might have saw it. I just remember the last one. It looked good. It looked great. So, but yeah, okay. So yeah, Captain America. I don't have faith in this shit either.
So like,
just gonna put it out there. The trailer didn't do a good job of exciting me. I saw the trailer. I'm like, yeah.
So you see, like the angle they're doing, right? Like they're definitely bringing it down to earth, right? Yeah. He seems like he's in a position to have to protect the president. And yeah, is that what I'm understanding? Is Ross the president at that point?
I don't.
Harrison Ford?
I don't think he's the president.
He's talking about like he's the president.
I think he's trying to be.
Or running for it?
Yeah, like running for it. Like, but I don't know if he's the president. Maybe I didn't catch that. Maybe he is the president. I don't know. Shit.
I don't know. That's the kind of vibe I got, but it seemed like
him as General Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
So like a general, maybe he's like a super high general, like a 5-star general or something, and that he's very closely tied to the president and the cabinet and things like that. But like
the vibe the trailer gave me was Olympus Has Fallen. That's the vibe I got from the whole thing.
You know me, I'm a mark for superhero movies. I'm a nerd, so take my money. I'm going to go see it. But I'm not excited off of this. It didn't get my blood boiling at all. It just kind of seems like they're kind of spinning their wheels a little bit. Hopefully, even with the Robert RDJ thing, is like, hopefully they're throwing us a bone somewhere. Maybe they're going to have a lot more characters in this than we think. Maybe Natasha Romanoff is going to pop up, or
she's dead.
No, she's dead. Don't do that.
Well, so was RDJ. RDJ is dead too.
But she's gonna fucking show up. She's gonna fucking show back up now as Harley Quinn or some shit.
I'm trying to dig some excitement out of this. And I mean, I'm going to see it, but you know, I think it's just going to make me think back to the old days. I think I'm kind of with you, Juice. They just need to start over, just restart, just recast.
Yeah, get us a new Cap, get us a new Iron Man. These are the cores. Like, if they don't want to act these characters no more, then you know, let's wipe and start over, right? Like, you know, and I don't know. Maybe the issue is because they have so much continuity going on in the current verse. They all these shows have the same universe. It's probably not as easy as that, right? So that's probably why they're not going to do it. You know, wouldn't make sense. Right. But like, you know, if yeah, I don't know. But as far as like Cap, I feel like passing on the mantle is the next best thing, right? And that's like kind of the move. Passing on the mantle has always been the next best thing. If you can't have the same, if you're not going to get the same character, you got to pass the mantle on, right? And so that's what they're doing with what's her name? With Shuri. That's what they're doing with Shuri. Is going to be passing on the mantle to T'Challa Jr. You know, Sam. They need to bring Laura back in. I don't know what's going on with that whole thing with Logan. Like she should be in there somewhere. But yeah,
I will say one thing I'm excited to see is Red Hulk. I do want to see him. I don't know how Sam Wilson is going to go toe to toe. He doesn't have any serum, so
he's not.
If he has serum, he's not going toe to toe with Hulk.
Well, yeah, but how is he going to even put up any kind of resistance?
Considerably weaker, but yeah, that's not happening either.
Huh?
Red Hulk is considerably weaker than Green Hulk, but that's not happening either.
Yeah,
it just makes you wonder, like, how is he going to fight? How is he going to defend? You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Part of me going to see it is just so that I can see how they're going to work this story out. Like, how are they going to do this? You know? Yeah.
Like, I'm with you as far as like I'm not excited about the whole Olympus Has Fallen element, right? The whole protect the president element of this. Like, it seems like he's trying to recruit Sam to be a government instrument lackey, yeah. And which is like the whole kind of thing that like when Cap started with, but ended up not wanting to continue because the government.
I think that angle kind of fits though, because Sam doesn't have a lot of resources, and to still be involved in the superhero game, he's going to need. Yeah,
those wings are not his.
Yeah, that's government property and shit.
Yeah, that's government property. Right? Same with the War Machine suit for real, right?
You know, even when Sam first popped up in Winter Soldier, like
black people ain't never own their shit. They gotta fucking get anyway.
You know, Sam popped up. You know what? That's a larger. Like, did he have those wings in storage?
That's a much larger discussion. You know it.
That's a large.
We don't know nothing.
Like, yeah, man. Like, you got to rent. You got to rent that shit from the government.
Yeah, you got to borrow it. You got to borrow it from the fucking government. You know, it's like,
look, that's what I don't have a problem with him being like a government lackey. He's going to need some way in to like still do his superhero duties. I mean, Sam on his own is not really going to doesn't have any connections, you know. So I'm just curious as to how he's going to hold the mantle of. I know this is an old argument here on the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast, but how is he going to hold the mantle of Captain America? I'm curious to see.
With his heart.
Yeah, with his heart.
That's fine.
With his
heart. Have heart.
With his heart.
Mm-hmm. With his heart.
Have heart.
You have all the fucking heart you want. Without that fucking serum, he's dead.
Wild, son.
He takes one fucking hit.
But he's not gonna.
Villain.
On, Frank.
You think his brave heart's gonna save him? Fuck
he's
no.
A trained operative.
Dr. Shield is gonna save him.
No,
he could do some things. Maybe
I'm talking about. Maybe he's got some
taken. Maybe he's got some new gadgets on his wings. You know.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have like a disruptor or some shit.
Gadgets.
That shit gonna squirt oil in their eyes and shit.
Yeah. He squirt oil on the ground.
The Red Hulk is like, that shit gonna come out the tips.
It burns.
Hey, that'll throw him off just enough to get out the way.
Right.
Stick and move. Like,
why do my superpowers not work for my eyes?
You better stick and move. Shit.
Yep. We had it go planned out. Like Hulk, you said. All right, get the eye squirters. Make sure to install the eye squirters.
Yeah. Nah. Nah. The whole
Stick and move.
You're right with your emphasis.
The whole concept to me just seems ridiculous. I'm sorry, like that trailer. I'm just like, I'm not jazzed about it either. I'm looking at it and I'm just looking at it like this the whole time. I'm like,
yeah, I'm looking at it right now too.
I'm just like, okay, so my man just went supersonic and his head is exposed. So he'll either arrive with his neck broken or no skin on his face.
Yeah.
But that's fine, I guess. Sure. Okay.
I mean, but he's
That's
also
believable.
fighting a red man that turned into a red giant. So
yeah, he shouldn't be.
We can suspend some disbelief.
No, he shouldn't be doing any of these things.
Let's suspend some disbelief here, guys.
He shouldn't be doing any of these things. Like this, he shouldn't be doing any of these things.
He can fly. Look, remember, that guy who's going supersonic has wings on his back. So let's suspend their disbelief.
The guy who's going supersonic, who has wings on his back, shouldn't be going supersonic with his head exposed.
Hey,
like
I'm sure he's got a helmet on or something. Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, sir, he did not have a helmet on when he did
He's got
that.
his shield up.
No, he did not. His shield was on his back.
He got flies hitting him in the face.
Hey,
the shield was on his back. What else you got?
I don't know. I'm sure the story will figure it out.
Oh my god.
Hey, I saw the same trailer you're seeing, man. I saw the same trailer you saw. I saw those. Okay, I know. I'm just saying, let him cook.
Some other Marvel characters who are going to pop up that we are not seeing.
You say
maybe he's higher in the stratosphere where there's less wind resistance, right? Maybe he's way up.
No.
Less wind resistance up there in the stratosphere. So
that does not apply to the laws of physics. He broke the sound barrier. He went supersonic. There was a sonic boom that happens, and his head is just exposed. Just like chilling.
Hey, maybe he's just stronger than he thought. You know what I'm saying?
No,
he's just stronger than y'all thought he was.
He doesn't want the serum to be stronger. He doesn't.
Maybe he was just training his neck.
Oh no!
But a whole
maybe in this movie they give him some experimental serum.
No,
which is like
no.
Maybe they could. You know,
that would be so much worse because it's
that would be breaking canon. Yeah. That would be don't
completely
do that.
Breaking canon. Like we had a whole ass TV series where he was like, "Nah, I don't want the serum because it's about what's in here." And then they're like, yo, Sam, stop playing. Just take this fucking serum, all right? Like, stop tripping, all right? Because you cannot set foot outside in this war zone without the fucking serum to hold you over.
But you notice, like in the zone, he's mostly fighting like regular dudes.
Yeah. But but there's something you
gotta do is
consider.
Fight.
There's something that you got to consider, something that you got to think about, like. Sam is Captain America. Captain America, Steve Rogers' Captain America, I should say, was a superhero. Sam, there's nothing super about Sam.
Except for flying, which most niggas can't do.
No, flying with a fucking device that's helping him fly.
He's got a super
Iron Man has a whole bodysuit.
Yes, he has. It's a suit of armor. It's a suit of armor.
Whoa. Let's not be picking and choosing what makes you super, all right? Super is super. Remember, Kitty Pryde just walks through walls and shit. I never
called Iron Man a superhero either. I don't think Iron Man is a superhero. He is a hero.
You don't think Iron Man's a superhero?
No.
He's a superhero. Sam is a superhero.
He's definitely a superhero. What are you talking about?
How is he a superhero?
Because he has powers.
Iron Man has powers?
The suit is powers. What do you think? Bruce Wayne is a superhero because
he's
to get
not.
rich.
He's a human.
Same with Tony Stark.
Human being.
And the government can make you a superhero too. All they gotta do is pay for your wings.
What makes you a superhero is when you have superpowers. And now Captain America,
Sam's superpower is super heart. He's got heart, man.
No,
you know?
Hey, remember, heart was the last element needed to summon Captain Planet too. So don't be acting like heart ain't necessary.
That heart.
You got a point there.
They had the ratchet super Captain Planet without the heart. You need the heart too.
Is not necessary. You all know it was never necessary.
It was
nobody wanted the heart.
Absolutely necessary. That little monkey on his shoulder saved everybody number of times. I'm sure. I don't remember, but I'm sure he did.
It did not. No.
Well,
It definitely did not.
You know,
he brought the team together.
When they were picking the rings and he got the heart ring, I bet you he was disappointed. He's like, "Oh man, damn it, you got fire, you got earth and shit. I got heart. You know, this shit sucks."
That nigga, he was like, heart.
Yeah.
That's like a heart.
Yeah, he pulled it out like that shit was gonna shoot powers out. Like, you got heart, man. You got nothing.
What was his name?
Mati.
Oh, remember his name.
Mati from South America with the power of heart.
See, this trepidation we have for this trailer, it's not our fault, guys. This is Marvel and Disney's fault. Okay, we don't know what to trust anymore. They've made trailers that look great only for you. Thor Love and Thunder, that trailer looked spectacular.
I feel like Thor Love and Thunder traumatized folk.
Yeah, that was bad. The trailer did look good.
It looked great.
It's not good.
Yeah, so
like
I'm
but
not
like,
expecting
all right,
much.
Take out Thor Love and Thunder. If it wasn't for that, would y'all still be like as trepidatious as
maybe a little bit because of what Ant-Man and how disjointed everything else is. I mean, we didn't have a mention of Shang-Chi since the movie Shang-Chi. When did that come out? 2019? Like, where is Shang-Chi in all this?
It was like 2022.
Where are the Eternals? Where is all these other characters that you've established since? Where are the Marvels? Like, maybe the Marvels are going to show up in this movie? You know?
that would be dope. But nope, because what's your name's another universe now, so
it's not our fault that we're being cautious about this because we don't trust them quite as much yet. Hence the desperation for RDJ. They gotta do something.
Arguably, that's Hollywood's fault.
I don't think Love and Thunder was such a like a sticking point where it was like trepidatious. Like Love and Thunder was not the only not great Marvel movie that came out. Like I think it's just over time, like the Marvel movies have just suffered.
I think Love and Thunder just sticks in my craw because it's
an especially bad one.
I haven't seen it. That's why I'm like, I haven't seen it, so I'm like, I don't have the same like fear or that the same like.
And there were no
feeling on
Love and Thunder. You know, like
there were
no stakes there.
There were like it was overly comedic. Like
that was Marvel's chance to establish the overall threat, which is why I said Kang should have popped up in that movie somewhere. Like that was their chance to establish the overall threat with an established character that we care about, and they dropped the ball and made it stupid comedy, and it just sticks out to me.
But that's the thing. Like I feel like in that era, Kang came after Love and Thunder, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because Loki came after all that. And Loki was where Kang popped up. Right.
Okay.
Loki season 2. Yeah.
Wait, season 1 or 2?
No, sorry, the end of season 1. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, the end of season 1.
Yeah, he popped up at the end of season 1.
That was his first appearance.
And that was after Love and Thunder. So I feel like it's okay to be like, they didn't know what they were doing because they probably were still playing shit up. Like,
wait, no, actually, I think Loki season 1 was before Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was before. I think it was before Love and Thunder. At least I remember that vividly enough.
Which is even worse. They definitely should have put Kang in Love and Thunder. Like, who was the villain they established at the end of Love and Thunder? Was it Hercules? I'm sorry, Juice. My bad.
I haven't seen it. It's been like 2 years.
It was a quick stinger at the end, and he's never made an appearance again. So.
And it was like, what are we doing here? Yeah. Can I ask you guys a question? What's your favorite Marvel movie? What's your favorite Marvel movie post Endgame? Not Spider-Man: No Way Home.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, that is the one.
That's the one.
Okay, what else?
After that,
what's the best project that Marvel has done post Endgame and without Spider-Man: No Way Home? Yeah, I'm trying to think too. I don't even have an answer.
I would say
maybe Guardians. Maybe Guardians.
Guardians 3 was good. Yeah, that was really good. I would honestly say it might be between Guardians 3 and Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, I got to see Deadpool Wolverine.
I haven't seen all of them.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like they have to establish a direction. And that was the great thing about early Marvel was like they were establishing a direction. Thanos popped up at the end of, was that the first Avengers where he popped up?
Yep.
Yeah, so
I remember seeing that.
No, I would say like Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. You like that better than Guardians 3?
Oh, with T'Challa.
Yeah.
Really?
Guardians 3 was good. I just I don't know, man. I love Drax. Like, I'm sorry, that was my favorite going on in that movie, but like everything else couldn't really. I don't know. Like, yes,
I thought
the Rocket story was sad, but like,
I thought Quill's story was powerful.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I think, was kind of heavier to me. Also, I like the Marvels.
I did enjoy the Marvels. I did enjoy the Marvels. It was solid. I thought it was fun. I actually rewatched it the other day. It still holds up. It's fun. A lot of fun.
Shang-Chi was great too.
That was Shang-Chi was good. That was some of the best choreography in the MCU.
Doctor Strange was good.
It was.
In the Multiverse of Madness, that was a good movie. I'm looking at these Jones guys. I think y'all are just traumatized by Love and Thunder.
The problem with these is, well, you got
Ant-Man Quantumania. There's only a few movies. Like, it hasn't been that many.
Was all right.
We got Black Widow, which was irrelevant and nobody cared. So that was a thing, but it wasn't bad.
That was a ball drop.
Wasted a villain.
It was
wasted an amazing villain in that movie.
Seriously, definitely.
Taskmaster should have been everything. Like that was such a fucking amazing villain. I mean, we'll get to see her again in Thunderbolts.
Shang-Chi was good. Eternals was exciting.
Yeah.
Spider-Man No Way Home, of course, top tier. Doctor Strange. Then you have Thor: Love and Thunder. Then you have Black Panther. Then you have Ant-Man and Quantumania. Then you have Guardians 3. Then you have the Marvels. Then Deadpool, Wolverine, and then other stuff hasn't come out yet. I think. Look, in my humble diagnosis, I think you guys are suffering from trauma related.
Love and Thunder.
I don't share the same opinion as you with those movies. I really don't. Like Doctor Strange,
so Shang-Chi was you said Shang-Chi? Huh?
No, Shang-Chi was great. I love Shang-Chi.
Sorry, go ahead.
Shang-Chi was good, yeah.
No, I did not like Doctor Strange. I did not.
You didn't like
Eternals. No, I did not like Doctor Strange. I did not like Eternals. I did not like Love and Thunder. I did not like what the fuck is the other movie you said?
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever. I didn't enjoy Wakanda Forever. I did not think it held up.
What about Ant-Man Quantumania?
Ant-Man Quantumania could have been so much better than it was.
Better, yeah. I thought it looked good.
Wait, was Ant-Man Quantumania better than Wakanda Forever?
No.
So
no.
I don't know. So most of these movies, I'm like, with. I just haven't seen Love and Thunder.
I think like of all of those movies, Love and Thunder is the worst of them, like by far. Like
it's also the worst because Thor was there since the beginning. You know, like that was your chance to really establish something, the direction you were going, and you played it for jokes. You know,
they didn't. To be fair, they didn't really have a direction with Thor until Ragnarok. Yeah. And then after that, we thought like we were gonna get more Ragnarok after with Love and Thunder, and then that just fucking they shit the bed. And
that led to the disappointment of Love and Thunder as well. Is that Thor Ragnarok was so good?
It was really good.
So you thought you were going to get more. You know?
And they finally,
that's crazy.
Ragnarok, they finally found their direction with Thor, which is why I think like Infinity War was like a solid, to me, that's the real like Thor 4, right? Like, because that was Thor's movie.
Yeah.
Like, from beginning to end. It began with him and ended with him. And the
Stormbreaker
part, he leveled up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was so much that happened with Thor that it was so important to his character. So like Love and Thunder, I was expecting some follow up with that. And they fucking, what the fuck was that? Like,
you got to see Love and Thunder.
Completely ignored it.
I think you'd agree. It was just.
I'm sorry, they didn't. You know what's wrong with Love and Thunder? And I haven't seen it, but they didn't give Jane Foster, Thor any time.
Yeah, I guess not since the second movie. She in the second movie?
As Thor? She's in Thor. She's Thor in that one, right?
And Love and Thunder, she's the
and she's like not Thor by the end of it.
No, she's still Thor.
She's Thor after the end. So wait, so he lost the hammer. He still doesn't have the hammer.
No, he has two.
No, he has two
put
hammers.
One back together. Yeah.
The fuck?
She put Mjolnir back together. She was able to, you know how Mjolnir broke? Broken? So she was able to put it back together.
So she has it now.
Right. She was using it in the movie.
Okay, so who has it now at the end? Now that the movie's over, who has it now?
I'm not gonna say.
I can't even remember.
Do I have to watch it? I
think you should.
You guys are like, it's so terrible. I don't really want to watch it.
For that thread, you should watch it just to see how it kind of concludes. But like, I'm not gonna say.
And there are some good parts. There's some good parts in there. You know, it's just
there are some good parts.
Thor the Butcher. What's his name?
Christian Bale. Such an awesome villain.
Grodd.
Fucking wasted.
Dude, like that. I only read a few Thor comics ever, but that shit was crazy.
He's supposed to be a huge villain. They wasted him. Wasted him. He looked so cool too in the movie.
Really? He did look cool, yeah.
But fucking waste.
And just he was probably the best character in that movie. You know, I'll say this.
Yeah. I enjoyed Jane. I enjoyed Jane as the Mighty Thor. I thought she was good too.
Yeah, she was cool.
It's just I agree that they just, here today, gone tomorrow.
I'll say this much for Marvel: they always hit on the villains. The villains, especially post Endgame, are some of their best characters in any of these movies. Like all the villains, Killmonger, Hela from Ragnarok. All the villains.
I really enjoyed. Ronan. I really enjoyed Ronan from the first Guardians. I thought he was a great villain, but that was before Endgame.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm still, like I said, I'm a mark. Take my money. I'm still going to see Captain America, but I'm not expecting much.
We all are. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that because I saw like Isaiah Bradley. You saw he's back, so there could be some threads there with him.
Look, yeah.
And like,
I don't want to. My faith is shaking, but
yeah,
I haven't left the flock yet.
Trust me, man.
And it's not your fault. It's none of our fault. Our faith,
which is good, right?
They haven't given us the product quality that they were giving us, so our faith should be shaken in them. Their fault.
Let me go back. Product quality.
Their fault, man. It's not our fault. We're the consumer. If you and I know earlier you were saying something about playing up to the fans, but they kind of have to. They're in the fan pleasing business.
No, they don't, man. Artists should not if you're creating material and you start playing up to it's gonna lose its quality.
I'm not saying do things in the story to make just because the fans want it, but pleasing the fans has to be high on your priority list because
the fans are always going to want it just like it was in the book. They're always going to want it just like it was in the comic. Like, this is how the fans are. It's like, that was different. It's always, you can never give them that.
Everybody. You can't
to an extent, like, that's true. Like, Civil War, let's take Civil War. Civil War is a fan service movie. But Civil War, they had their own, like, agenda, like without being influenced by the audience. But it was a fan service movie because you had like Black Panther and Spider-Man and the heroes. This is Avengers 3. All the heroes are fighting each other, and this big battle. Like, I love Civil War. It's great.
Did y'all like Thor Dark World?
To see like that. No.
Did you like Iron Man 3?
Iron Man 3?
No, yeah. I didn't like it.
No.
Did you like Iron Man 2?
No.
Not as much as the first one, no. Still good though. Still good. It wasn't.
I don't care what anybody says.
1 to me was always boring.
Thor 1 was boring.
Even when we talking about product quality, hold on. We're going back, man. Like the Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk doesn't count though, because that was
it does. It's in the list of MCU. It's phase 1.
It came out like did it come out 2008? The same year as Iron Man?
2008. Yep, as Iron Man.
I guess it counts, but like.
I actually kind of like that one.
Hulk. I didn't mind it. I thought it was really good. I thought the way the Hulk looked is like the best he's ever looked.
The first Ant-Man. Did y'all like that?
I did like that.
I did. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Enjoyed
better than Quantumania to me.
And I enjoyed the second Ant-Man movie too.
I'm trying to remember for Venom. I did like the second Ant-Man with Ghost. That's with the Ghost chick, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't care too much for her, but I like Ant-Man. I like the Wasp. Like she really came on the scene. Like
I don't think I liked Ant-Man 1. I mean, not that I didn't like it. I just didn't. It wasn't bad, but I also didn't see any theater. I was like, man.
Yeah.
And
So when I saw it, I was like,
a huge,
sorry, it was good.
Like a huge movie either. It was kind of small origin movie.
And it actually came out right after Age of Ultron.
We may be suffering from nostalgia, guys.
No,
these movies are like 50-50 like hit rates as far as good versus meh.
Yeah, I think everything from Avengers 1 to the end of Endgame was just hit. Look, I think that's the point where we got spoiled.
Yeah, at that point we got a good chunk all in one part, and then now we're like, oh, it was never like the olden days. Like, wait a minute, they weren't that great.
Right. I think Marvel hit their stride after Avengers 1, but then I think they quickly fell off again, like after Avengers 2. Like, because the
consistency of that is enough as a fluke.
Because like after Avengers 1, we got Winter Soldier, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, we got trying to hit. Like, yeah, there was like
Guardians are great because they're funny.
Yeah. Like,
but that movie was just out of the blue hit.
Fun. You know, that was fun. And then we got Winter Soldier, which was like the creme de la creme, which is like the creme de la creme of like Marvel movies, even to this day. Like, it's one of the best, right?
Yep.
It absolutely is.
And then like we got like after Age of Ultron, we basically were waiting for Civil War, and then we got Civil War, and then it seems like after Civil War, it just kind of petered off. That's the one thing I've always said about Marvel movies. Marvel movies have always been average movies, with the exception of a few, like Winter Soldier or Civil War or Infinity War.
And what I think makes them great is the fact that they do tie to the bigger universe,
the bigger story,
right? Yeah. So when you have those big hits, it's not just the individual. This was great. It's this was great, and it rolls up everything else around it.
It opens up like the larger universe around it in some.
But every movie's not
like the appearance like, oh shit, this is the next gem that they're gonna go after, or that we're gonna see, or like, this is gonna be how it ties to Thanos. Excuse me, later on, because we saw him in this movie. That was like with those linchpin movies, those pivot point movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Winter Soldier, and even like the first Avengers, right? Like, you had these movies that were like actually opening up the larger universe for you. But the thing is, like, you look at a lot of their movies, and I always thought their movies were very average, right? Like, they had Iron Man 1, which was a great movie. It's a hit. It still holds up. But then Iron Man 2 and 3, not so much.
Nope.
Yeah, Iron Man 2, not so much.
No, Iron Man 2 and 3. For me, Iron Man, I did not enjoy Iron Man 3 whatsoever. I don't care what anybody says. That movie was not good. There was one really amazing part in that movie, and that was to me the part where he was saving everybody from the plane. I thought that part was so fucking well done.
Yeah,
and it was great. But like, outside of that one part, like, the rest of the movie was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, wasn't it somebody?
He's there and he's not there.
Somebody referenced that little kid at Endgame that was in Iron Man. Oh, he was in Iron Man 3. I was like, he was? Because I didn't like Iron Man 3. I didn't see that shit so much.
They paid much attention to that.
Recognize that kid.
Yeah. But like a lot of Marvel movies were very average, if not below average. But like, again, we got
swept up in the phase. At the end of Endgame was just, we didn't know what we had. We were just getting spoiled,
We got swept up.
And totally got swept up.
And the phases and the storylines and the comic book characters and the explosions and the colors and
the overall universe, like the connection.
The universe.
Yeah. It was like a comic book on live screen. So like, it fed right into that comic book nostalgia. Anybody who read the comics and these stories, it was just playing out on the big screen. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I miss it. Maybe we'll get back to those days, fellas. Maybe, man.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, we are in those days. We're in them now. Like, we're swimming in those mediocre days mixed with good movies days. So let's see what this new Captain America is. I think the Captain America is going to be those linchpins. If this Captain America does good, I think that's going to be the boat. That's going to be the tide that rises all the boats.
Not to mention, it's got some big shoes to fill, because Cap movies have always been top tier, man. Like, so this is definitely a big shoe. These are big shoes to fill, also.
And also, like, remember, like Captain America movies, they're not like wild Planet Buster movies, right?
Yeah.
They're ground level stuff. They're ground level. Yeah.
Yeah, they're local.
Like real grounded. Like,
and I feel like so far, at least to the premise,
this is definitely got that tone. It's definitely got that feel. Yeah, I agree.
I think you're trying to make a case for Sam to, still take.
I'm making a case
Captain America
for faith.
I'm with you. We gotta have faith.
Because
I'm with you.
Because you gotta have faith in this brave new world.
We do.
That we live in.
What choice do we have? We gotta have.
Like, I'm looking at Avengers Doomsday, and I can't help but shake my head at that in this list. But hopefully,
like I think a lot of my faith is caught up in the Russos. They did such an amazing job. Like you said, those early Marvel movies weren't the best. Outside of a few here and there, but at least they had a direction and a plan they were working towards. Hopefully, these guys will get that ball rolling, get us playing.
Hindsight is 2020, like you said.
It is. It definitely is. Shit. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
When does that movie come out? When does Captain America come out?
February.
Shit. Real quick, do you guys see the trailer for the new Gladiator 2?
Yeah.
I'm half expecting Denzel to say "my nigga" when he's talking to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm half expecting my nigga.
No, because he did the laugh in the trailer.
That word wasn't invented yet, man.
he's got some tall shoes to fill with Joaquin Phoenix. If he's supposed to be, I don't know if he's the Emperor, but Joaquin Phoenix is so great in that role.
I think
Joaquin Phoenix is a better actor than Denzel to me.
You remember from the Spartacus show, the guy who was like owned the essentially the loot, what's his name?
Spartacus
What's he called?
Was fucking awesome. The first season of Spartacus.
The Lucius.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're talking about Badiatus.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like his role.
Okay, yeah, he's like a.
If I saw it correctly, I think that's what his role is.
You talking about Denzel?
Okay.
Yeah.
Denzel is like the mentor to this new gladiator.
Okay.
Right, so that makes a former gladiator.
He's like the teacher. He's like a teacher.
But Denzel is like so is this going to be?
He could switch it and turn bad, so we never know.
Dude, I've been wanting to villain Denzel for a while.
Gladiator and not a overall gladiator versus the emperor kind of thing. Maybe I'm overestimating it. Denzel is like
the point of the gladiator though. It's like Spartacus. Like, you gotta be
in this movie, so I'm definitely interested to see how he's going to do in this role. This is an outside the box role for him. Like, has Denzel ever acted in a timepiece movie like this? Like,
nah,
historical America.
It's also kind of coming with the criticism that the internet's giving this movie with Denzel being in it.
Yeah,
right? The general criticism is like, why the fuck is a black man?
Yeah, you already know that was
like instantly. Why the fuck
same thing when they saw Finn
in the Roman Empire? Like, that's not historically accurate. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Right. Also, yes, the fuck it is.
It is accurate.
Exactly. It's actually fucking accurate. Shut the fuck up.
But that's the general criticism of people who are ignorant and they don't understand that is actually historically accurate. But like they see Denzel, and to I'm not even gonna credit like them, but like Denzel is just Denzel in every movie he's in. Like, he's just Denzel. Like, but he can do that. He can do that because he's an A-list actor. He can do that. He's had mad skin in the game.
Yeah,
so it's like
he got two swords in that joint. Like,
he got two swords, rubbing swords together.
Like chink chink chink, like tink tink tink. My nigga.
I think that's part of the appeal for this movie for me though, is I want to see how he's going to do in this role. I want to see how he does.
He's just gonna be he's just gonna be Denzel, and I'm here for it. That's
exactly.
Gonna be. He's just gonna be.
And plus, the movie Gladiator still holds up. That's still a great movie. I mean, and I want to see. I want to see what's. I think the spectacle of the gladiator fights with technology is going to be. I think it's going to be top notch. Might be one of the best parts of this movie. But yeah, I was just curious. It's the Finn effect. Remember when people saw Finn holding that lightsaber in the first trailer?
That's called racism.
Yeah. See, you know, so,
it's the Finn effect of racism.
People saw Finn hold that lightsaber, they lost their mind on that shit. So what the fuck is this?
It's just racism.
Hey, even black people were like, "What? Like a black Jedi? Shit, let's go."
Yeah, we were hyped. They were like, "That nigga can't do this.
That nigga can't wield that lightsaber.
He can't hold that." That's not a black person.
Yeah,
that must be the lighting.
People were mad that there was a black Jedi. What? People were mad.
Yo, like it's apparently impossible.
Claudine says Denzel played Julius Caesar in Broadway.
Oh, okay, on Broadway. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you know,
I'll be interested to see because Denzel doesn't have
I'm here
range.
for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm definitely gonna see it.
Yo, just be yourself. That's always been his philosophy throughout all of his every fucking movie he's ever been in. Just be yourself.
Except in the mighty
swords together.
What was that joke called? The Mighty Quinn. The Mighty Quinn. It was an old
Quinn. Wow.
Yeah. So he definitely had a Jamaican accent in that joke, or he attempted to have a Jamaican accent in that joke.
That did not work out.
That didn't work out. But it was still a good movie just because it was Denzel.
I mean,
he was still Denzel in that joke with a bad Jamaican accent.
I mean, like Gladiator 2, hopefully it's good. It doesn't look great, but like it's still like Denzel's in it. So I'm here for it. I'm gonna watch it because Denzel's in it. I wanna see what he does with this role outside of knowing exactly what he's gonna do with this role. And give me more of that. I'm here. I'll watch it.
You gonna Denzel it up?
He's gonna just be himself.
Yes.
Be yourself. Tink, tink, tink.
Yourself. Your mind.
Just be yourself, and you can do anything. Just look at Denzel. He's himself in every movie he's in.
Oh yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. It's not a problem. Claudine made the point. Hey, if Batman can fight Superman,
he can.
And other heroes, why can't Sam do it? Why can't Sam do it?
Because Sam is a regular ass human. So is Batman. Realistically,
wait. Let's take a quick moment while Dee's out to talk briefly. Can we do this? Talk briefly about Batman.
Failsafe or just Batman in general?
Failsafe.
Okay. So,
all right, Batman Failsafe.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. The premise is cool.
Dee's back.
All right, too late.
No, go ahead. I heard y'all talking Failsafe.
All right,
go ahead.
so,
I haven't read it, but sure.
I don't want to spoil it, because here you can pick up the comic. I think it's like you can. I don't know if you have like the digital subscription on what do you call it? Amazon Prime.
I'm pretty sure if I go on YouTube right now, somebody's broken down the whole comic.
Go to Comics Explained. RIP to him, by the way. But
I know, man. What the fuck?
Explaining, man. Like fuck.
Huh?
Say again.
Was that Film Comics Explained?
No, just Comics Explained on YouTube.
Explained on YouTube.
Yeah. Who does that? Is the guy named Niat? Are you talking about? Hello, this is Niat here.
I'm not sure. But
Benny.
I was about to say that dude is fucking awesome, man. He breaks down movies, everything. Yeah.
Whoever did it, he passed away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. He was so fucking good. Like he was so fucking good. But yeah, you can go on Comics Explained and he breaks it down.
Rest in peace, man. It was crazy.
He breaks it down. Failsafe, like so. What's your whole deal with Failsafe, man?
All right. So I don't. So just that one snippet, I think, kind of sums up everything that I have with that story.
Okay.
So, what was the Tower of Babel? Tower of Babel D in a nutshell Batman has a strategy for every member of the Justice League. a backup in case they go wrong. A villain gets his hands on it and uses it against the Justice League. Right? Yeah, Ra's al Ghul. So essentially, failsafe is Batman's backup strategy for himself.
Which so the little snippet that you sent, the little picture that you sent there, yeah.
And in a nutshell, I don't want to really go over it, but dude, we have to acknowledge that Batman does need to be in Arkham Asylum.
You mean, he belongs inside the asylum?
He belongs. Like I've always pushed back against that notion. He's doing this and that. This guy.
I don't dispute that. I don't dispute that at all.
This dude deserves.
He's too paranoid. He's too paranoid and has too many resources at his disposal to be allowed to do the things that he does.
And the Justice League, arguably, is allowing him to do this.
Yeah, they allow it.
Maybe they don't take him seriously enough.
Well, because
he took him down already.
Because he's the financier. He's the financier. Like he's the guy that developed Brother Eye, and which became a problem. And he developed and he helped build the Watchtower, which kind of became compromised on its own. And he, anything they need, like he got them because he's a fucking billionaire. Not so much now, not so much at the time of failsafe. He's like a millionaire now, but like still, it's like.
But so maybe this is just something I had to come to terms with. Huh?
I said I got the Comics Explained video pulled up. I'm gonna check it out. Watch.
Yeah, it's really good for failsafe. It's really good. So.
I don't know. Maybe this is something I had to come to terms with because I was always like, Batman's he's wild, he's doing this thing, but we need him. But arguably, I think at this point he became when you fragment your mind, that's just schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That's just plain old schizophrenia.
I mean, Batman
he set up a trap for himself. And he didn't know it.
He didn't trust. He didn't know. He had no idea. That personality of Bruce Wayne had no fucking idea.
You know how crazy that is?
That is fucking nuts. Because Batman is the man with the plan, right? Like he's developing contingencies upon contingencies. And it's to the point with him that he is so in that mindset that he'll do some crazy shit like this to develop a literal weapon that's designed to kill him and knows everything about him, knows all of his moves, all of his tactics, all of his stratagems, everything. Right? And it's like only Batman would be the fucking kind of person to do some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like this thing is fucking
and then the
unstoppable.
Fact that he did it.
Yeah, he did it without knowing, because he knew if he was in any way, shape, or form aware of this of him developing this, he would develop a contingency for that.
But you know what? It's even worse because Alfred knew.
Mm-hmm. But what's Alfred gonna do?
Get him help. Someone needs to sit him down. Like, look,
Alfred's been trying to help Batman for decades. He's been trying, but that's all he ever does. He's always trying to help, right? Like even in the sense of like the Joker was right, you've gone too far. Like maybe you gone too far. Maybe you should chill.
And that's always been like,
Alfred.
like,
shut up, Alfred. Give me some dinner. Go get me a drink, or some shit. And it's like, like Alfred only tries to help, but like Bruce doesn't listen to him.
Like, and Joker's thing was always like, we're two sides of the same coin. And I guess it was just for me to come to grips with, but I've never I've always been like, yeah, but you're crazy. No, this nigga Batman crazy is nutty in the squirrel shit.
Wow, I'm surprised, and it's not no negative connotation or anything like that. But I'm surprised you're realizing this now. Like Batman's always been like this, man.
Because I've read a number of Batman stories, and I don't know. Maybe I just haven't read the right ones that made me realize this guy's a schizophrenic, like multi-personality psychopath.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Paranoia leads to
they call
insanity.
him. I mean, they call him a vigilante. Usually, a vigilante comes with being called a vigilante comes with a measure of violence that is extreme enough to classify you as a vigilante, right? Someone who is doling out justice, someone who's doling out justice in an extreme way of their own volition, right? Like, but it's still on the side of the law or the side of good or whatever have you.
That kind of just comes down to entitlement, right? Like,
of all people, he's absolutely entitled.
Like, but also I don't get the same vibe from. I don't get that same vibe from like Arthur Queen. Arthur Queen, Green Arrow,
Oliver Queen,
Oliver. Yeah. I don't get that same vibe from him.
Well, I mean,
Yes, it does sound. Claudia says sounds like white man with money syndrome. It does sound like white man with money syndrome.
Well, Batman is written majority by white men with the not with money, but with like the delusions of having that much money. I was like, what would I do? You know, what would I do if I had all this money and I were able to be a hero? You know, like just fucking niggas up, you know, like putting them in the hospital and nobody would say or do anything about it. What would I do? How would I go about? So majority is like,
but it's
white man fantasy.
But it's even beyond his villains he fights. Like that kind of craziness is beyond Penguin.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like that kind of nuttiness is like Two-Face. That's Two-Face level nut.
I'm not sure if you were expecting some kind of like justification or argument here. I'm not arguing with you whatsoever.
Yeah. Like
Batman is crazy.
Was like,
Batman is 100% crazy
on this comic. Like, how long has he been Batman? Is he like a seasoned?
Yeah, like
and failsafe, he's older. Like,
I think it stands to reason that he would be a little crazy. I mean, he's been dealing with shit.
No, he's very crazy.
Yeah, like he's paranoid.
Like, he's crazy. He's crazy and like beyond crazy to the point where it's like
he's insane.
Yeah, y'all read that? Yeah, he is.
I think so.
Insane. He's absolutely insane. I don't think there's anyone on this earth that could be like that fucking paranoid and schizophrenic and delusional and have all this money and be allowed to walk around.
But it stands to reason when you're going up against the likes of like
dressing up in a fucking Halloween costume every night and putting niggas in the hospital. You know, like
when you're going up against
the Commissioner Gordon's like, "Oh, Batman, you crazy."
You know, when you go up against intergalactic beings and you realize like Batman has seen firsthand how outgunned the Earth is, you know, how they have no chance. So his paranoia stands to really. Maybe he would go insane after so many years of being Batman, you know.
No, for me, it's really just a multiple personality thing.
I think
like all that paranoia seems to me even justified to an extent. Like him beating people's ass on the street, that's just rich white people evil shit. But like this the schizophrenia part is the fact that he had a personality that did this shit to him that he didn't know about, that apparently Alfred knew about.
Yeah, man.
And then like and like that that level is like no, we have to stop here. Like everybody, time the fuck out. My man's needs help. Like he can't be walking around with 2-3 people in his head, because that's 3, right? If Bruce Wayne and Batman here, I know he always considers himself Batman, and I always thought that was one personality. He's Batman. He considers himself because Bruce Wayne is his persona. Fine, but that. Whatever personality that did that shit, that's something else.
Bro,
that's very crazy. I don't know. This is just me coming to terms with how crazy Batman is. I just didn't know. I had no idea he was that crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like Tower of Babel, reasonable. Who knows if Superman goes fucking crazy? It's happened before, right? I don't even know what else, man. Like
Oh, there's mad crazy shit. Like, have you read R.I.P. Batman R.I.P.?
No, I don't think so.
With the Court of Owls.
Yes, I did.
That was like the shit he did in that was fucking insane too. Because you saw like the Court of Owls knew who he was.
Yeah.
And
I
everyone
don't remember what happened in that.
involved in him and like you go to Comics Explain if you want like a refresher, but like the Court of Owls knew everything about him and hunted him down and were successful. And the way he gets out of like that unwinnable situation is just like plot contrivance, which most of Batman stories are plot contrived. But like just like talking like dealing with the literal devil, like shit, like
I gotta go back. I don't remember.
So like the amount of crazy that goes on in that man's head that the writers supplement him with, like it's just it's a lot.
Yeah, I think
people get like blindsided by like the cool factor, right? Like Batman's such a cool, dark, brooding villain, right? And he's got all these cool gadgets and he's got the money and he's a billionaire and he drives the cool fucking car. He's got a cave. He's got all these fucking like he's got this big family of people that swing around with him. Yeah, he's got this fucking like child army, you know, like the sweatshop army of like all these children that fucking like that's assist him with his endeavors and shit like that. But like a lot of people don't really like introspectively. There are a lot of apologists that don't introspectively look at the character and realize how crazy he really is. Like he's fucking nuts. Y'all ever read that theory that Batman is actually in Arkham Asylum?
Yeah.
And he's an inmate in Arkham Asylum and he's just insane, and like the Joker, Harley Quinn, like all of the villains that he puts in there are like all the people trying to help him, right? Like Harley Quinn's his therapist. Joker is like the guard that tries to like fuck with him or play chess with him or some shit like that. Like that was a very big theory, like, and it's kind of ongoing, but it's been a big theory in the past like decade that like that's actually the real world that Batman lives in or Bruce Wayne lives in. So
yeah, I mean that's
like at the end of a movie or something.
It's kind of like Shutter, like that would be like a Shutter Island. Like Shutter Island, that was like the deal, right? Like, but then Shutter Island, you never really know, like what was real, what was the real deal. Like you could have two different ways of looking at it, but so I mean that could very well be a thing.
But, that's a fun like theory, but like if we're dealing in the main universe, Superman. Somebody needs to sit this motherfucker down. Like they can't keep letting him do this. Dick, give it to Dick Grayson. Somebody's got to take over, and y'all got to lighten the fuck up because you gonna go down this way too. You're gonna do that too. Like you this isn't for you. Like I need to chill.
This I completely 100% agree. Like Batman is insane. Like he's insane. It's just like there's in some weird way, like I don't know about y'all, but I kind of like respect his crazy because he's so fucking crazy. The things that he could do if he were motivated enough to, like he could fucking blow up the world, if he wanted to, because he has the means to do so.
Apparently, just like, the right personality hasn't hit.
Right.
That's the problem.
Or it could be there. We just don't know it. Like it's fucking no, he's certifiably insane.
Yeah, dude. Okay, well, yeah. That was all I wanted to discuss on that one, man. Like that shit threw me, man.
I'm definitely gonna watch the video. I gotta save my watch later.
It's good. It's good. Definitely check it out.
Like, well, let me just. I just want to read it. This is Bruce Wayne talking to Aquaman. He said, "It's my fault, author. My subconscious created failsafe to stop me if I ever went too far. If Batman ever willingly took a life. He knows my plans. He knows my moves. He's faster, stronger than I am, all by design." He said, "My subconscious created failsafe." That's fucking insane. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I was
that's
so
just
crazy. I was so crazy to not trust myself.
yeah.
Like,
So my other
sounds
me
like something that
hid it
Batman
from
would
me.
do. You know,
That's like some, huh?
I said it sounds like something that Batman would do from what we know. You know what I mean? Like he had contingencies for every other hero. Why not himself? You know.
But that doesn't make sense to have a contingency for yourself.
I think
that's the rational part, right? Like
to Batman, it makes perfect sense. Because think about it, if he's able to develop contingencies for every single member of the Justice League to systematically take them out if they ever went rogue, and I'm talking like no dispute they would lose, right? One, if he's the guy on top able to do that, what's stopping the guy on top from being all powerful in that sense? And that means the guy on top needs to be stopped. It just happens to be himself. So, yeah, develop a plan to stop yourself in case you go rogue. It makes sense to me, but
Bruce Wayne.
But it's still. But I'm not saying it's not crazy.
And the other guy in there.
Batman's world. it makes sense to me. But
he probably just realized we're hopelessly outgunned, and we need contingencies, bro. We need backup plans.
If he ever took a single life, he's like, "I need somebody to kill me." That's crazy.
Which Batman, I don't buy that Batman has never taken a life anyway.
Batman has taken lives. Like that's
he's giving people concussions, busted spinal columns. You tell me none of these men
he doesn't count them because they're poor people.
He's poor.
Like y'all don't have universal health care. They're crippled for life now.
Batman has absolutely taken lives. Like that's undisputed. Like 100%.
I remember people had a huge problem with that in BVS that Batman was killing and Batman doesn't kill. I'm like, not a big deal, guys.
Well, he was an older Batman.
Right.
So he was kind of jaded at that point. So
it's after he beat Failsafe. He was just, "I'm killing everybody."
He was absolutely killing people.
He had to break his code. But yeah,
I'm sorry. Anyway. Sorry. This is such a crazy story. Anyway, guys, we gotta talk about the movie.
Trump.
Yes. All right. Let's get to it. So
still don't know what to believe.
I guess setting up in this for our presidential election in 2024, coming up in November, there have been a number of constant changes that have been happening, and so it's hard to like really figure out where to start with all this, right? Because I pay attention to politics. Like I watch politics like it's sports, right? It's entertaining to me in like a horrifying kind of way because the shit might actually end your world. But like when you see like the president, like people have been talking about Joe Biden for, I guess, since his 2020 election being so super old. Dude's too old. And he acknowledges, saying that he was only going to run for one term right back then when he was elected back in 2020. And then all just to turn around. And now that we're in 2024, have him be like, "Hey, I'm good. I got this. Right? I'm going to run again." And having the entire like Democratic establishment put all of their resources into nominating him as essentially the guy who's going to be running for a Democratic Party again. So therefore, as the organization essentially forego any real, honest primary or competition for him. And so, like, when we saw that happen, or when I saw that happen, like, you get a sense of despair, right? Because we see Trump, like, on one side, yelling and screaming, still talking about they stole the election. Then he has all the court cases. He gets convicted. We watching him, and like, he's getting all this publicity. He's getting all this attention. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is silent. And so all this kind of leads up to finally the debate. Did you guys watch any of the debate?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You did?
On HBO Max.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was on HBO Max, right? How much of it did you watch?
I didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it live, but I caught the highlights day after. And then I went back and I watched like probably the first 20, 30 minutes or so. That was fucking painful. Like, all of it was painful to watch. Like from Trump's just acting on stage, and then Biden's incoherence, and then fucking talking about golf scores.
Yeah.
And then
talking shit about golf scores.
And then like this is the type of shit where I was like, this is the best we've got. Like, this is the best we've got right here. Like, really, guys?
I know it sounds conspiracy theorish. I think they're hiding something that happened to Biden, man. Like, world leaders are supposed to project strength and be strong. And I think he might have had a stroke, or, they said there was a doctor who had visited the White House, Alzheimer's doctor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they said that he had visited the White House during Obama's administration too. He was like a White House doctor, So maybe they're trying to cover that up. I don't know.
I think that's the crazy thing, is like, I saw the media, like, that's something that was like super unheard of, was like the media actually being like at least the mainstream CNN, like, starting to ask questions. We're like, so what's up with that? And it all kind of stemmed from that mortifying debate. Like, that shit was mortifying, right?
It was.
Like,
it was.
You had that clip where Trump was like, I don't know what he said. I don't think he knows what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And they advised that Jones is like, oh my god.
Oh god. Yeah, and even without the assassination attempt, I think Trump would have had a fair chance against Biden. I think Trump's going to have more support this go around than he did the first time, because the Dems just don't seem to have their stuff together. I think a lot more black people are going to vote for Trump this time around.
I don't think so.
I think he's going to have more overall support.
Nah,
I do.
Why?
I think it's just, like, Biden, his motor functions are off, right? He's stepping down, and after the debate, after he's been publicly humiliated, and they're pumping up Kamala to take his place. It just seems that the Dems are disjointed. They seem like they're Disney now. They don't have a clear-cut direction. They're just kind of reacting to what's happening around them. And I think that the Republicans kind of have a clear-cut leadership. This is who we are backing, and I think just that direction in general is going to give them the leg up.
Here's another way to look at it. Like, so since the debate, let me see how many. So debate was on June 27th, and then from June 27th,
Claudine just
through
comment in there that said that the doctor visited the White House 8 times, and was that 12 months, 18 months? The comment went away.
18 months.
Yeah, 18 months. So yeah.
From June 27th through July 21st, every day, 90% of the Democrats and just common people on the internet have been screaming, "Get Joe Biden out of here." Like, he's too old. We don't understand him. He did an interview with Stephanopoulos, where he was trying so hard to demonstrate that he was cognitively sound and functional. He gave not a speech, but like, we did give speeches. He gave speeches where he was reading from teleprompters and reading the parts where he wasn't supposed to read. And I feel like, so if you look at it from like, there's one perspective, like, yeah, the Democrats are like, they don't know what they're doing, just kind of like reacting. But like, then there's the other perspective, was like, they are reacting to like a live situation happening, and they made a decision to course correct, right? Like an adaptation. So they adapted, and they listened to, essentially, I really think they listened to the donors, because donors were like, the big money donors were like dropping out like flies. They had celebrities, like George Clooney was like one of them. He apparently donates a shit ton of money, but he's like, he also gathers a lot of people to the cause, but like, all the money started drying up, and people were like, yo, we can't do this. And then Biden belligerently was like, I'm not stepping down. He literally said, God has to tell me to step down. The dude literally was like, yo, God's got to tell me. I finally hear from him.
This is God telling you to step down.
Yeah, and then his ass got COVID the next week.
Right, he got COVID. I'm like, you can't even speak.
Yep.
You can't even speak properly. Like, if you get COVID again, you're dead. It's like, you're gonna die.
But yeah, it just didn't seem like he could complete a thought that was in his head. Like, get the sentence out. Like, his motor functions were off. I don't know.
Alzheimer's, man.
My grandmother had a stroke, and she was kind of the same way. Like, very gingerly walking, couldn't really speak a complete thought into a sentence. I don't know, man. I think they're covered. There's something that happened with him that they're just not telling us.
I think, I agree.
I apologize. I didn't make it seem like I was laughing at your grandmother's story. I was laughing.
No. That's not what I was saying. I just think that from what I see from him, he
said God gave him COVID.
Hell yeah. Hey, real talk. I mean, he's the one that invoked that. Like, that was first off, that was a crazy shit to say. Right. Like, the interview question was like, is there anything that can like make you like address the concerns of the people, Jesus like who are saying that you seem to not have everything together? And he was like if I don't hear from God, then
you signed from God.
So I need to sign from God. God was like, hold on, man.
Like, maybe this will do the trick.
This nigga injection.
God sent him a text at that point. Yo, step down.
Yeah, it's such bad down. But
it kind of makes you wonder, like, who's and this is conspiracy theorists, but like, who's pulling these strings? Who came to the final decision that Joe Biden will step down?
I think Joe Biden did.
Party as a whole? Was it just a couple people?
I think Joe Biden did. Or
himself?
Here, like, I think it's a number of things, right? I don't think it was just like one decision. I think it was like, because, all right, so from what I think
the humiliation of that debate led to a lot of it as well. Yeah.
But I think the humiliation also made him stubborn too.
Yeah.
Like, I was likening it to like when you gotta like take the keys from like the old, your great granddad. Like, you gotta take the keys from him, but he's like,
I could drive.
Give me the keys. I could drive. What are you talking about? And I think Joe Biden was in that mode. It was like, I'm president. And they're like, look, hold on. Like, wait, no, hold on. Like, let me get this. Like, let me just hold the keys for a bit, okay? And then you could drive later. We're gonna wait for a while. And they were like trying to distract him and shit. And he just like, no, I got this. Leave me alone. Like, I feel like that's how it was the whole time. And he was just like, he didn't want to accept that. One, they had a physician who like focused on Alzheimer's on CNN. It was on CNN. It was on some like major news channel. May have been MSNBC. I think it was on CNN, but like, and he was just like, yeah, no, this guy. He said I could spot this jump from a mile away. Like I see the way he walks, the way he as he talks, and when he was talking, he'll start trailing off like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's definitely a sign of Alzheimer's. He can't raise his voice line, so they have to keep turning the microphone up.
Vilify him for because he's an older man, and he can't help that he has Alzheimer's or even that he would have had a stroke. But it's like you're not fit. You're not fit to lead. You have to project strength. You have to be charismatic, and you have to be able to complete sentences.
And he wasn't any of that, right?
Yeah, you weren't doing it.
And I think that's what Kalani says Obama. Obama, I feel like Obama made the call. It was like, look, bro, between Nancy Pelosi and Obama, he made the call. It was like, look, bro, either you do this or we're doing the 25th Amendment, which is like, you're not fit. We have to remove you.
Yeah, we have to remove you.
Huh?
No, yeah, that 25th Amendment, we have to remove you.
Yeah, gotta remove you.
Due to circumstances.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. That shit. So I think after that, he was just like, you know what?
So how long was it from the debate to the assassination attempt on Trump? Like, how was it? Like 2 weeks?
It was like 3 days. No, it was like a week.
Yeah. It's like the cascade of events, that had led up to today. It's like a movie, What did you guys first think when you saw that there was an assassination attempt on Trump? What was your first thought?
I immediately thought that the Democrats were going to lose and that like Trump was going to be next president.
Yeah,
that was my first reaction. I was like, "Oh shit, he's alive." My first reaction was, "Fuck."
Come on, Juice. Come on.
Sorry, I didn't want him to be shot, but if it happened. I'll leave it there.
I also admit I had a not so great thought train there. Like I thought did they get him? But that was a very fleeting thought, and I'm definitely sorry I had that thought. No one deserves that. Literal murder should not fucking happen to anyone. But at the
unless
same
it's quick.
time,
Hey, Dr. K, first reaction. Why is he still alive? I'm surprised at you and Dr. K, Juice, because I feel like
no, nobody's wishing for anything.
You guys believe wholeheartedly in the democratic process, and what that little punk did, taking a shot at Trump, goes against everything democratic that America stands for, bro. You win at the polls, you win in the elections. You don't win by blowing people's heads off on TV.
Well, that's how he can lose. Which means we win.
To be honest, and that's true. That's true. and that's how coups happen, right? That's how political overthrows happen. That's how economies get crashed. You blow off Gaddafi's head. Okay, that problem's solved. But that's not.
I mean, dude, you act like that hasn't happened in America before.
Yeah, but that's not how the political process is supposed to go. I thought you guys would have been more disappointed that he even attempted that. Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is that he can make an attempt on the life of Donald Trump, bro?
You know what?
I was a little upset. I was like, thank God he missed, first of all, because that's just not an image that's good for America as a whole, bro.
I agree.
Presidential nominee getting his head blown off.
Like, how are we supposed to be like how are we supposed to tell other people we have a democratic process and that how are we supposed to impose democracy all those oil having countries if we're not doing it ourselves? How are we supposed to tell you
America
in your delicious oil about all the democracy you're supposed to have?
One thing I did think was pretty much right after the whole "did they get a" moment was I thought it was fake. I thought it was doctored. I thought it was doctored. I thought
surprising to me.
I thought it was planned, right? There was something like, 100%. they get a marksman to kind of scare, to kind of to take a shot at him, and as a result, it would increase his chances, because something like that would make him come out looking like a hero, right? It would make him come out looking like more of a fit leader to lead the nation, because he survived an assassination attempt, right? So I thought it was doctored. I thought it was fake. Like, I even thought, like, the picture of him with his fist up in the air and the flag in the background, even though the flag was upside down and backwards, but the picture of him with the fist in the air and the flag, it was like a picture perfect moment. The way the Secret Service reacted late to something like that, where they should have been more on it, I thought that was also like suspect, right? So I thought a lot of it was fake. But turns out
the whole thing seems sketchy. Like, the reaction from his security team. First of all, if I'm Trump, that whole security team is gone. Like, I don't want any of you motherfuckers anymore. Like,
well,
team,
I mean,
all y'all are gone.
They were late. They were very late. Like, my man already, like, and unfortunately, right, like, people died, like, from this assassination attempt, right? 2 people died.
What the?
You know,
2 people died. Those one.
Like,
I heard 2. I heard 2. Either way,
somebody died.
Loss of life occurred as a result of the assassination attempt. Like, but like, looking at everything, like, before the knowledge that it was indeed real and it was actually attempted assassination, like, everything just kind of seemed weird. Like, his reaction was very delayed. And the thing that really got me was that no one in the crowd, like, behind him, no one reacted. Which is why I thought like they might have had like some kind of like press conference in the beginning saying like, hey, look, listen, y'all, like, somebody's about to take a shot at me. Just make sure like nobody's sitting right here, and just chill. No one's in danger. Just don't sit here. But like,
how long did how long until you were like, nah, that's not the case?
It took me a couple of days. It took me a couple of days. Yeah, it took me a couple of days. Like, because I think for me it was just unreal. It
was definitely surreal.
It was unreal. Like, something like this like
it even
happened. Yeah, and so like it took me a couple of days, but then just after hearing about it and reading more on it, you come to realize that it was indeed a real thing that happened, and a person did die because of it.
I don't know what to think, man. Like, it's kind of open secret that governments lie. Like, and government is so big and everything is so compartmentalized. It's like, where did this come from? There's an angle of the shooting from behind Trump. Did you guys see that? They released it a couple days ago, and they show the guy crawling on the roof in the background. They put the little circle on him, and so you can see where he's at. And you see Trump security around the stage, and it looks like somebody was recording from a cell phone. And like, they're all just oblivious to this person that you can see on the roof in the background crawling around. It's like there were no snipers in place. There was no. How was this person allowed to crawl on that roof? It almost seemed. It did seem surreal, and it still makes you think it's fake. It still makes you think. Like I said, I want to see the wound, and I don't know. I think Donald Trump had a moment there where he could have done something positive for the country. Like, when they had that Republican National Convention, was that 2-3 days after that?
Yeah.
I thought he had a chance to kind of give a speech that would kind of unify everybody and bring people together, right? And no, he was just Trump. He was over there just saying.
That's the most dreaming. Why would he do any of that?
Why would he ever do that?
There was a moment there where he could have done that. Even the fact
when he stood up, he threw his fist in the air and started yelling, "Fight, fight, fight!" And the crowd was like, "Fight, fight, fight!"
That too.
Somebody pointed that out.
Where I was like, that seems
his security
team,
But that's the thing. We know Trump has impeccable political, like, it's like woo-woo. Like, this guy, he knows how to work a crowd.
Yeah.
That's always, he's a showman beyond anything else.
He's an entertainer.
He sees an opportunity and he'll take something like that to woo a crowd. I don't even think he thought about it.
Yeah, you might
Like
be
he
right.
was like, "Hold on, get off me," and he was if me. I don't even think I don't think it settled in that he almost died. Like I just don't think I don't think it did. I think that wasn't until later.
Even his security team, like somebody pointed out after that, when he was pumping his fist and everything, they left his head exposed. Like somebody just took a couple shots at you.
Well, they had reported that the sniper was down.
Before they stood him back up. In that moment, you don't know if there's multiple shooters. You don't know exactly where the shots are coming from.
They had killed him.
I don't know. And in that couple minutes, to me, putting your head out and yelling "fight" just made it seem more fake. It was like, is this what is happening?
Yeah.
Thank God I got missed, man. Thank God, because
definitely. Like real talk.
I think it
would have been worse. Yeah,
it would have been way politically worse. We'd be worse if he would have succeeded.
Yeah.
I agree. Like I definitely think we need to beat Trump actually instead of like having him because the people already consider themselves they consider themselves like Trumpites. Like they are for Trump. They are like acolytes of Trump. Like that's how they work and that's how they move, right? Like did you see like at the convention people wearing like bandages on their ears?
Oh yeah,
like that's cult level shit. Like that's what we're dealing with. So like if he had died, he becomes a martyr. Like we literally have,
and then we would have
some chance.
We would have no chance. Like
I mean, they would be doing violence, and we would have a terrorist organization. I think. I don't think they would like win politically.
No, that's what I mean.
He did come out wearing like a pamper. You know what I mean? I'm like, how the hell did they get that thing to stick to his head? I
don't know about no chance. I feel like if it comes up to the army, like I don't think like they'll do it too well. They're just like, but anyway, not that like I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely in a very worst place.
Very, very, very surreal. It seemed fake. It seemed like, the first thing I thought of, well, not the first thing, but like, 9/11 happened. They told us what happened, who did it, who's to blame, the reason it happened. And then 20 years later, it's still up in the air. We don't really know what happened. And I'm like, it's
we know what happened.
And they're still doing the same thing, Like,
Saudi Arabia.
We know what happened.
Yeah, we know what happened.
Do we?
Yes,
we know.
He's like the eternal like conspiracy theorist. Like that shit is established. He's like,
and I think I was trying to explain this to somebody at work. I think Black people are more inclined to believe conspiracy theories because of things like what was that that experiment where they were injecting people with syphilis and all that. Did we talk about that on the cast before? I think
that's the thing. Black people have it wrong. I know what you're talking about. The Tuskegee experiment.
Yes.
But they weren't injecting people with syphilis. Like Black people always have that wrong. Like they weren't injecting people with syphilis. They were injecting people who had syphilis with a placebo and telling them that they were getting the treatment. Anyway, small distinction, but kind of big.
We don't know what happened. I guess maybe that's what you believe happened. There are people who believe that didn't happen, and I guess we still don't know. We don't know. There was a FBI report a couple of days ago that they have reason to doubt that Trump was actually struck by a bullet. I didn't pull up the article or anything like that, but
he's the luckiest motherfucker.
Don't really know what happened.
So
it just makes you kind of lean towards a conspiracy theory because
wait, hold on. No, he was absolutely struck by a bullet because
they're saying that it could have been.
No. The bullet that hit him, the bullet that grazed his ear, hit someone else and they died. It's
a trajectory. You shared the video, D. That same shot that clipped him was the same one that hit the guy.
Mm.
That was a bullet.
All right. Well, there was also 6 shots after that, so like we don't know. We just don't know is all I'm saying. Like it feels like there should be someone who steps up from leadership, some government position, right?
Not the guy who died, the guy
exactly what's going on. And the fact that they still don't reveal the truth to the general public, we're kind of left to come up with our own conclusions, which is why
here's the tricky part though, D. Like if they reveal the truth, you're not gonna believe it anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that's, but you could say that about literally everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
I'm
You
not
could say
gonna argue
that
with
about.
you. Right.
Like
It's all.
So like when they say like when it's discovered that like the terrorists with 9/11 did come out of Saudi Arabia, you just be like, they did it. And they were like, yeah, the bullet actually did clip this nigga, and it hit the person over there in that safe zone.
sitting off to his
but
right.
did it though?
Now, see, those are the official stories that
and
we
they did like
told,
the Tuskegee experiment when they actually injected people who had syphilis with the placebo.
But it's an open secret that governments lie.
All organizations lie.
Politicians,
organizations lie.
That's true.
Even that lends itself to my point that we don't really know. We know what the official story is.
Yes.
We know what we've been told. So it just
we know to the extent that we can. Like here, if we like, so that's why it's important to start from Occam's razor. I always talk about Occam's razor. Like it's important to start from Occam's razor and then work out from there. Because if you start from here, right, and you're like, Trump got shot, that shit was fake. If you start from over here,
it did look fake. It did
look okay, yeah.
I agree with that. It did look fake, but it took.
But we gotta start with he got shot by a person who shot him. And then you be like, but what happened?
Have you seen the wound?
What happened there?
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You seen a picture of his ear?
Yes.
With the piece blown off?
Yes. It's not a big piece. It's a little itty bitty clip. He got clipped. You got clipped. Like, and it's look. I swear to God, Trump is the fucking luckiest person in the universe.
I think
it's crazy. How this guy went from fucking. He was given money. Successful. Not even. He loses. He fails constantly in business. Gets money from TV, fucking somehow rallies regular people to think that he's a populist when he's a millionaire.
Right, he don't care about poor people.
Like it doesn't make sense. Like logic doesn't follow this motherfucker.
Yeah,
logic doesn't follow this fucker. All the way to the point where he becomes president, beating out the presidential hopeful, which nobody liked Hillary, but. Fuck. This nigga beat Hillary off of some bullshit. Off of lies. This nigga literally said all the things. Everybody believed a different thing of all the things he said. To win.
Yeah.
All the way up to rallying the people to fucking run up in the Capitol. This nigga motherfucker's not going to jail for that shit.
I think that's
all the way. Wait, I'm not done. This motherfucker just got his court case dismissed for hiding top secret documents that he took from the government and never returned. The judge was just like, that's fine. And the Supreme Court was like, yes, it's fine. Just not like the day after.
The law, And
then after all that, this motherfucker got clipped in the ear with a bullet.
Which I feel like
crazy. It's so crazy. It's like fictional.
It is fictional, yeah.
It feels like fictional.
From a person perspective, like
he's the MC. Is this universe?
You getting your ear clipped with a bullet should have put a whole new perspective on your life, right? Like, what does that do to a man? Like knowing that a bullet passed within inches of your head,
That might be the case for you, but it didn't do anything for that man.
Because he's a sociopath.
It did nothing for him. You can't put yourself in the same shoes as him because you were different.
Yeah, obviously, but it just you feel like I don't know. Your life was almost over by the rhetoric and the speech that you used.
You would feel that way. You would feel that.
You have the ability to contemplate your actions. I don't think he does.
You feel that way. Which lends itself to the theory that maybe it was, maybe it could have been very fake, but it wasn't, because there was loss of life.
Yeah, true that. The guy is definitely dead. You know, I was telling one of my friends, man, like, you know, they always kill the shooter, you know, but they always kill the shooter, right? Like if I was Trump, you know, and they would have had the shooter was alive, right? That shit would have been like it would have been like a movie, dog. I'd have walked in the room, the shooter would have been duct taped to a chair. I'd have leaned over like, you thought you was gonna kill me, huh? Who sent you? Hey man, hey, you ain't talking, grab the pliers. You know what I mean? I'd have been going medieval on that motherfucker, man. I'm peeling fingernails, everything, man. Who sent you, motherfucker? You know? This is funny. It's a funny thought, man. Shit.
Yo, real talk though. Did you like? So it turns out like this guy was like, the shooter was like, he was probably just a fucking, what do you call it?
Did you see
this?
She
was just a guy who was looking to kill somebody for fame, for notoriety, huh?
Isn't that crazy?
He's a Republican. This dude was like disaffected. He was like a lonely white guy who was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm taking a shot at somebody. I'm about to shoot at the president who's nearby.
Yeah, the fact that he got that close is just Jesus Christ, bro.
I was saying this shit to Claudia earlier. It was like, yo, real shit. Like the only reason he was able to walk around that area with like a long gun and nobody was like paying attention to his ass, because he was a white guy at a Trump rally.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Like imagine like the fucking, and like if he's a Republican, he's probably like open carrying. Like, you know, not all of them do, but like there's those who do. They just fucking always walk around with guns. Just because that's how they are. And like imagine they're just like, just another Trump loyalist. And he comes up on a roof and they're like, so passionate. And he like takes a shot and he was like, he probably
doesn't like
can't
being
see
in
them.
crowds.
Probably he's trying to get a better view of our glorious soon to be president again.
God.
And like white privilege like nearly got the fucking white supremacist president killed, or former president killed.
We joke about it and you know we say, oh, he missed and da da da, but this is a very serious situation, you know, like presidential nominees almost getting killed in front of the country. I mean, I don't care whether you like the man or not. Would you feel that if you agree with his political views, like we should all be angry that mug even had the audacity to do that, you know? Like you win through the polls, especially for people who believe wholeheartedly in a democratic system, you know? I'm surprised that so many people were like, oh man, he missed, you know?
It's irony, like, man. Here, I think for most here, you know what's crazy? You know, like that panic I was talking about earlier where I was like, oh shit, Trump is definitely gonna fucking win now. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. You still
because
feel like
traditionally, if you survive an assassination attempt, your polls shoot the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
It's because people see you as like the whatever. Like people see you and they empathize with you. So Trump didn't get that boost. Like for whatever the fuck reason,
he could have.
Did not reflect in the polls for Trump.
He could have if he would have gave a more unifying speech at that Republican National Convention.
Maybe you're right. I think you. I do think you are right. Yeah,
and he showed up and he was just Trump. You know, so it was like shit.
And people realize. I think a good amount of the country was just like, we tired of this motherfucker. Like, holy shit! Like Trump is exhausting.
I think it's like that for a lot of the. I think that's why Trump is always been so popular. I think a lot of the public is tired of the political system in general. They don't feel that, you know, it has their interest at heart, or, you know, I think people are let down across the board, and that's why it has led to where we are now, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Do you still feel like Trump is a shoe-in for president, or you think that Kamala is?
Who, me?
You know, yeah.
No, definitely not.
I think Kamala's got it. Maybe not by much, but I think she's got it.
Yeah. Like I don't want to be too optimistic, but like here's the thing, like Kamala, right? So she announces, right? I think that like she's getting all the people Biden's old ass wasn't getting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
like he had pissed off like the whole Gaza thing. He pissed off like the youth and the Muslim, like the Muslims, like Islamist people were out on Biden. Like there's true. Like you look anywhere, like people are like, yeah, we're not, because this guy is definitely supporting a genocide of Muslims in Gaza.
Yeah,
he's funding him, and he's not even talking mean to these motherfuckers. So he had lost that, and then the youth vote, right? Like the youth have nothing in common with Joe Biden, man. Like they see this, he's an old, decrepit guy who can't talk. He doesn't talk to people.
Like, come on, respect your elders, man. Jesus, okay? Come on,
huh?
Don't disrespect them.
Who, me?
I'm talking about the youth. Not you.
The youth?
Not you. I'm talking about the youth. Because they do see him like that.
They do. They respect they respect the elders that can communicate with them.
Right. Yeah.
Like I don't think because they respect Bernie Sanders. He's older.
They respect the local elders. They don't.
Yeah, they respect the local elders. They respect people who can talk to them.
Far out of reach.
It still has all his cognitive functions and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Biden with that joint, just zoning out on stage, like. And people see that, Joe, and everybody's like, "Yo, that's weird, son." You know, like, Trump, I don't know if I'm
man, like, Trump when he said like when Biden trailed off in that one instance, and Trump is like, I don't even know what he's like, Mr. Trump, what do you have to say to this? Like, I don't even know what he said. I don't even think he knows what he said. And I'm like, oh my god,
that won the debate.
Knew what he said. I was like, what the fuck did he say?
That won the debate for him.
That won the debate because he just said what we were all thinking.
Yeah, yep. What did he say?
Like, what did he say? It was like, fuck, man. Like,
what?
I think Kamala
trying to read his lips.
Yeah, right. Can somebody put the subtitles on? Because I don't know what the fuck he just said, man.
The subtitles have just been question marks, dude.
Yeah.
Or what it said, incoherent. In like brackets. Like
the asterisk.
I just say illegible dialogue or some shit.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know, I think Kamala will definitely be a more steadying force, especially for the fact that she's a woman and women are not so rah. I think she will be overall better for the country, I think. But I think she has an uphill battle because of the confusion and the forcing Biden to step down and the Finn factor. I feel like the Republicans just have their ducks in a row a little bit more, you know. And I think I don't know. I think she has an uphill battle to fight, man.
It's
gonna be interesting.
I think Trump is scared of her.
Oh, I do too. Didn't he refuse a debate with her?
Yep.
She offered to debate him and he refused, right?
Yeah, he's scared of her, yo.
Yeah,
I think Trump overall doesn't like black women. And I really think that he doesn't like black women, and especially black women who talk back to him.
Yo,
like
Omarosa from The Apprentice.
Gone.
Celebrity Apprentice.
Yep.
Gone.
Like if you talk back to him, he's like, "No, I know you gotta get the fuck out of here," because he can't. Because he's already like here. I always feel like he's already two sentences away from calling you the N-word. And it's like black bitch is too like dude, black is like too fucking easy to say. It's like you can't. I think he's worried. I can't say that shit on stage.
Somebody gonna catch Trump on a hot mic. He gonna be like, "Man, this black bitch." You like, "Damn."
Like, there it goes.
I think he would go so far to say Negro. I think he will say one day. It'll just come out.
He would definitely say
it's not as alliterative, but yeah.
No, it's not. But it's like I know he will say Negro. Like,
he'll call her nappy Negro though.
Oh, he'll call her nappy headed on the.
He'll call her. Yo, he will, son. Did you? 100%. Yo, you didn't see his interview with the Claudian just mentioned it, the NABJ, that the National Association of Black Journalists.
Yeah.
This nigga was so disrespectful.
Somebody did.
He came out just talking about all y'all were late. He said you were 35 minutes late. I was trying to tell him I have more respect than you than to be late for something like this. Bro, like,
no,
bro, that's the
this nigga's so disrespectful in a very particular way.
Mm-hmm. That's the entertainment factor. That's what he's good at, you know?
Yeah, he's roasting. He was definitely roasting.
Yeah. Didn't they say something like every other U.S. president has participated in a roast? Don't they have roast for presidents?
I guess so.
And they
I
said
don't know about every. I don't know how old roasts are, but
yeah, they said
I know Obama
didn't want to do it.
Obama definitely did it,
dude. At that same thing, the crowd like laughed at Trump at like something he said, and they were like the crowd doesn't U-turn, and he starts stuttering.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can't take. I don't think this thing can take. Like
he can't take. Yeah, he can't take. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He can't take heat. And I think a black woman like Kamala, if he debated Kamala's son, she would roast his ass.
And
I would love to see it.
Can I just say,
yeah,
it's just really nice to have a coherent person like speaking up. Like,
I know.
Just it's really bad to say, but like,
nope, it's not. It's good. It's good to say that.
No, but like it's really bad to say like this is what was expected, like the bare minimum. Right? And we're, like a lot of people are like so happy with this coherent woman who is able to speak up and able to finish her sentences and has cognitive awareness. Like, that's crazy.
Man, even on Trump's side, like I somebody played a debate between, I think it was Obama and who did he run against? Was it Romney or Kerry?
Romney.
And they played the clips on the debate, and they were talking, and it was just like, I was just like, wow.
They were engaging with each other, and
they were engaging with ideas and having a discussion. And like they were disagreeing, but it was like,
yeah, it was still a debate.
It was a debate, yeah. It was just like still like, but it was normal. I don't call it civil. It was civil. It was
civil. Yeah, that's the word. It was civil.
Like they had ideas, but you see Trump debate, and he's like, "Well, you're ugly."
That's the entertainment factor.
I know, but it's so like you're just like
so stupid. It's like
it's lacks. Yeah. There's no substance.
No substance at all. There's no real issues being discussed. This past debate was just so embarrassing for Biden, man. Just even hearing him talk, like you said, trailing off at the end of sentences, getting quieter, not being able to complete a full thought. It's just like, man, like you're right, Frank. It was painful. It was like, dude, just get him off the stage because he can't. How is he fit to serve in this position? It's like Trump is just winning the presidency right in front of our eyes right now. So yeah, he had to do something. I would be very interested to see him debate Kamala, though. I want to see someone on her level seriously try to debate Trump. And I want Trump to actually take it seriously.
He's scared to.
He is. That whole 100% he's scared.
He would never. Because like they had the debate and he just backed out.
Definitely backed
out. Like she was like, I'll do the same debate he was going to do with Biden, the same day, same show, same thing. And he's like, but he says, here's what the thing. He says we'll have to do it on Fox News, right? Instead of the ABC or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm torn. Do y'all think she should go to Fox News to debate Trump?
I think
because they're gonna hit it with some crazy shit.
I think if she's confident enough in her abilities to debate, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think she should have a problem with going there, but she should be ready for an ambush.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Fox News skews towards Trump heavily, right? Like, doesn't he own them, or like a big share of them? But like,
I don't know,
but like they skew towards him heavily either way, and I feel like she should be ready for an ambush. But if she's confident enough, then she should have no problem going. Right?
I agree with that. Yeah,
I get Trump trying to back out. He don't want to be embarrassed. But if I'm any of these networks, I'm pushing for this debate. That'll be primetime television. Like you'll probably have record-breaking numbers of people watching the debate. For that. So yeah, I don't know why they don't make it happen. I mean, you only got a couple months.
Yeah, exactly. It's like in November, yo. Like that shit is like right around the corner.
Kamala actually has time to garner enough support.
I think she's got more to support than Biden had.
Kamala has more than enough support. I agree.
She's gotten like all the delegates.
Yeah,
already like pledged for her for the Democrats, so she definitely be the nominee. And I think like as far as like momentum goes, like she has the momentum. I think among the general population right now. I think as long as she keeps like, if she keeps hitting Trump, moving. I think the normies, I think like the normal people don't really pay attention to politics. If she comes out swinging, I think that like she can make him look like funny enough for people to pay attention. Like make him look funny.
Yeah. That's why he's scared. He ain't stupid. He ain't dumb. You know, he knows. Like, I think he's fully scared. But I think that debate will go a long way in boosting her, though. Like you said, if she can make him look buffoonish, and
it's not her that's running from the debate.
Nope.
Like anything, Trump refusing to debate her is worse for him. Is worse for his campaign.
Yeah, it looks terrible. Actually, it looks like you're fucking scared.
I was thinking she should take the debate stage like they had already set up and still like have the podium there,
right?
But and just have it like Trump, his name Trump, and then her go there to try to give a speech.
Yeah, that would be so funny. Yeah.
That would be awesome. She goes and she talks and she like riffs and she talks shit and she just like and she gives like a great she gives a rousing speech about freedom in America and how we're not whatever that is, right? And just like and then she does that and then she does the debate on Fox. She does both of those things.
Yeah,
maybe.
I feel like she's already coming into this very strong, all things considered, all factors considered. Like I think she's coming into this very strong. She's got a lot of support behind her. And we just might see our first female president. You know, our first black female president.
I'd be all for it. I think the Dems are reacting. I think Kamala, like I said, she has an uphill battle to fight because of the disjointedness amongst the Democratic Party, right? Like they knew that these issues were there with Biden, right? Like I don't know how long ago this health thing happened. You know, was it months? Was it a year? Like, were they even covering up a health scare? You know, but they knew that his cognitive abilities were going down, and they didn't, press the button on Kamala until after the debate when Biden got embarrassed, and now everybody's backing out. People are pulling out campaign funds. Okay, we got to make a change, So I think that right there is just it. I think people's faith in the Democratic Party is a little bit shaken.
I think there's another like more obvious factor at play too. Like just look at the presidency in general, right? Like it ages people at an accelerated rate, right? Like did you I don't know if you guys saw, but there were like photos of Obama like when he took office.
Yep.
And then when he came out of office, my man looked like he aged like 15 years. Like no shit.
That shit's hard.
Trump looked pretty good when he got out. Trump looked all right.
Trump, I mean, what the fuck did Trump do? I'm looking at you. Like, the fuck did Trump do? Like,
no, you're right though. D, you're right though. But I'm just
he didn't look stressed. He didn't look as stressed out as Obama. You could.
Trump was on Twitter every day when he was president.
That's the thing. Like, what the fuck did he do? Like,
what the fuck was he doing?
Like, but at the same time, like
he gave everything to Jared Kushner.
And now, true.
That nigga did look aged. He
aged a lot.
He did look aged when he came out. I think Kushner took all the fucking shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like,
that's right.
And we had Biden as a president for this term, and it's the end of the term now, right? And like Biden, when he went in, he was still old as shit, but that was 4 years ago, right? Or 3 years ago. When he went into office, when he was inaugurated.
This president,
he was old as shit. But like I don't know, like, again, who the fuck knows what Biden's been doing, right? But like at the same time, it's still being a president still takes a natural toll, like on your stress, on your stress levels, and that shit ages you. So I think like that factor heavily played into the supposed declining health of Biden, but I think it's just more like the job aged him, and he was already fucking old, like super old, like the oldest president in history, right? Like to take office for the first time.
President. He was already the oldest president when he took office, right?
Yeah. I think so. So like, I think like honestly, like that shit probably played a huge factor into whatever the fuck that was when we started the debate. Because Biden 4 years ago wasn't like that bad.
Nope.
But here we are now.
It was just cringy. It was just cringy.
Yeah, like here we are now, and that was extremely painful to watch. That was literally like watching an Alzheimer patient trying to get their thoughts together, and that's not that doesn't work out usually, So, You look at that, and I think that played a huge factor into like what we consider to contribute to the condition that he's in now. So I feel like that had a lot to do with it too. But like you look at Obama, there's a stark difference, man. Like Obama had almost no grades going in. And Obama lost a considerable amount of weight, and he's completely gray now.
That has to be such a stressful position.
Like stand to the Ark of the Covenant.
It is. You're running the country. You're running the country, and I think Trump is a fucking asterisk. But like you're running the fucking country. There's a lot of things at play, and you have a team of advisors. You got all these people. You gotta cater to Congress, the Supreme Court,
the donors,
the investors, right?
About them,
and then
money.
On top of that, you're running the fucking country. You're running the United States. That's a lot of pressure on any individual, and I think that's to be considered. That's something to be considered, but. Yeah, it's still Biden does not look good now. Like he should have been gone a while back.
Yeah, like I'm honestly surprised. I'll be surprised if he doesn't have to still drop out before November, man. That's still a lot of months. This is the last things I saw from him. He's barely. He walks stiff. It looks bad, man.
He needs to
Biden,
people age differently. It's crazy because Trump is just a year or two younger than him.
Kamala can act as interim president for him, and then if she wins, then she takes the office officially.
Kudos to Biden, though, whether it's his choice or not, but it took guts to get him from the country and actually step down. That's embarrassing. It's like admitting defeat,
to give up power.
Well,
hey, God told him to do it.
Admit that you're defeated and you're not fit to have this position.
It's embarrassing. That's the conversation he had with Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior, COVID Christ.
Amen.
Well, we'll see which way this goes, man. I'm interested. I
did y'all hear Trump call Kamala say she just became black?
Oh my God!
Hey, come on, man! You gonna make me laugh.
It was at the convention thing at the NABJ. He was like,
she just became black.
I've known her for a while, not directly, indirectly. And what did he say? He said,
"Hey, Juice,
I've always known her as an Indian woman." An Indian woman.
Did he do it in quotations?
He said Indian woman. And then now she's black. He said now she's a black person. A black person. I think that was when the crowd laughed at him. Actually,
I'd be like the producers like, somebody want to tell him. Somebody want to explain somebody want to explain to him, put it on a teleprompter. Somebody want to explain to him that she's always been, you know what, Never mind, Jen. Just gonna.
I think
Let's go to commercial.
Just became a black person.
It's hard for me to believe that this man is that like dumb and tone deaf. You know, he has to have a team of people around him. Like he's playing up the part. He's playing up the part of the celebrity and
he doesn't listen to them. He doesn't listen to them. It's
crazy. Yeah, I guess billionaires are not really used to being told what to do, right?
No.
Exactly.
but it feels like once you take the office of the president of the United States,
Bruce told Alfred to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But Bruce
when he was talking about that fail-safe plan.
Go pour me a drink.
I got this, Alfred. Shut the fuck up and go make my dinner.
Yo, go do my whites. Put my whites in the wash.
And Bruce was not that mean to Alfred. Come on, guys.
Not on the panels.
Bruce never ordered Alfred around like that.
We don't know what happens when the books are closed.
Yeah, right. Bruce probably did say some mean ass shit to Alfred once, man.
He said,
"Shut up and go flog my dog."
I asked for medium rare, motherfucker.
Right. You should have crossed the table. You want this shit?
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck is this?
Slap the joint up against the wall and shit. Yeah.
Where's
Master Wayne? Master Bruce. Damn, man. Well, yeah, we'll see which way it goes. This piqued my interest. The last month of this whole presidential run has just been crazy. Have we ever had as wild a month? You know, like, so we go from the debate that was in July, right?
Mm-hmm.
Early July, to the assassination, to Biden stepping down, to Kamala's nomination, right? Yep. So like, it's been a wild month, man. Like, I don't know if we've ever had a month this wild in just the presidential run, you know?
It also feels like things are speeding up, man.
It does. It does, man.
June 27th to the assassination attempt on July 13th to Biden announces withdrawal on July 21st to he endorses Kamala Harris.
That was
the same day.
Later. It was the same day. Okay. I thought it was a few days.
Yo, I heard that
crazy
Obama didn't endorse her right away, and neither did not Hillary, fucking Pelosi.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I heard that they actually didn't want him to nominate Kamala, and that like Biden nominated Kamala was like a fuck you because this is all rumor and speculation.
I bet you,
but he didn't want to drop. So they say that like speculation is that like Obama essentially like was like, yo, drop or we're doing the 25th Amendment. We're gonna make this work. And he was just like, fine. And then so he initially was like, I'm gonna drop out. He put that message out there. And then like an hour later, he was like on Twitter, he was like, and I endorse Kamala. And they were like,
it has to be embarrassing though. Like, you know, old rich white men are not used to being told what to do, and that had to be a bitter pill to swallow to get up there and be like,
I think it was the right move though.
Oh, definitely 100%, bro. You can't speak. We can't garner support for our party if the leader that we're putting out in front can't complete a sentence. You know what I mean?
And I think endorsing Kamala was the right move instead of like opening it up to like somebody else to.
I do too, yeah.
Like,
it was definitely the right move.
Yeah,
I mean that's usually like the first move, right? Just having the VP be I know the VP would be the interim acting president until whoever runs or whatever, but like it seemed to me like the logical move.
That's the thing. We haven't like had like something like this.
We haven't had a situation
in so
like
long.
Yeah. It's true.
And I think the assassination attempt, just to go back for a second, was kind of surreal. What was the last assassination attempt? Was 1981 on Ronald Reagan, right? So we weren't even born yet. It's like I'd never, you know how
didn't he win?
How you make an attempt on a president? Remember that guy that threw his shoe at Bush? Remember that guy that that's how you do it, man. Okay, you don't pull up and shoot a gun at him. Just fucking take your shoe off, throw some trash up there at him, something like that. You know,
2 shoes.
You throw a cow pie or something.
I think it chucked both shoes. And Bush was like,
yeah,
Bush had some moves on him.
Yo, like Bush, like I remember it was so long. Like, you know, everybody was memeing the way Bush, like, Bush, we can move.
Bush had some moves on him, man. He had that quick twitch. Damn, Bush. You know, you had that.
Holy shit, dude. Like, you ever listen to Bush talk and then listen to Trump talk?
Makes Bush sound better, doesn't it?
Dude, it's crazy. Like, people used to make fun of Bush for saying dumb shit. This nigga sounds like a genius compared to Trump talking.
Trump is next level with his shit, man. Like, Trump is like, I'm like, yo, like, have you ever heard of a playbook? Have you ever heard of just reading what you have these talented writers write for you? And he's like, nah, fuck all that.
Nah.
Right. I'm gonna do it myself.
Like, he's never ever. He doesn't know how to be on a team. He doesn't know how to play with a team. Like, he's just talking. He just talks.
It's fucking adult Richie Rich. Like, he's just a fucking psycho, like, rich guy who's been rich his whole life. Never didn't have a thing he wanted. Dude, nobody even talks about his whole Epstein releases of him all up in those fucking Epstein files. Nobody talks about that shit.
He was in there? He was one of the Epstein guys?
Point in case. Yeah, dude. Like,
he went to the island and all that shit.
Island. He had regular phone calls with this dude, reservations. Like, he was a regular Epstein associate. See, nobody talks about it. Like, that shit was released like 2 weeks ago. No, I haven't fucking heard shit about it. Huh?
I said, why hasn't that been brought up? You know,
because he's Trump. He's the luckiest motherfucker in the world. He's the main character in the universe.
Kamala, because he know Kamala. Hey, she'll bring that shit up.
Oh yeah, she'll bring that shit up.
Wow.
Oh, he can't debate her.
I'm interested to see where
debate her at all. Anywhere.
Where's this going to end up? You know. And I know you guys say it's just part of my ability to be human, but I feel like a bullet going past your head, damn near splitting your wig, would change the rhetoric and the language that you use in the political sphere, and it just hasn't yet. And it's like just lends itself to the idea of like, was that real? But I guess we have no choice but to believe it's real. It's definitely real because that's what we have to believe, you know, like it was definitely real. It's definitely a real assassination attempt. It's crazy. It's just crazy, man.
You don't have to believe it. Like, you could just be like,
riots. Do you guys think if he would have killed Trump, that there would have been riots and upheaval all over the country?
Yeah.
100%.
I think
a lot more people killed.
all the MAGA nuts would have really tried to do some shit.
That would have given them ammo too.
Crashing downtowns and all that, yeah.
But they also don't realize that like regular leftists have guns too. And shit. So it just would have been a lot of shooting. Like, yeah.
So like one thing America's good for is guns.
Irony. It's ironic that like the president who allowed the AR ban to expire almost got shot. Almost got murked by AR.
Yeah.
It's so hard to regulate gun ownership, and that's like regulating drugs, dog. It's going to be hard. I mean, there's so many guns, you know. If you really want to go after guns, you have to go after the gun manufacturers. You don't go after, you know, it's hard to regulate through legislation gun ownership because people, where there's a will, there's a way.
Worth the try.
Harm themselves.
Well,
and plus,
I mean,
gun culture is just such embedded in American psyche. I mean, it's the right to bear arms, you know. So, who's the hero in all these movies? There's the guy shooting the gun, and you know.
In America, it's definitely like, you know, it's definitely like you said, it's kind of like Second Amendment, and you know, it's all like it's definitely like allowed and accepted, but you do have, it's not impossible to like take away ownership, right? Like look at the UK. The UK guns are banned everywhere, right? Like you own a gun, you're going to jail. They catch you with a gun, you're going to jail, like for any reason. So there's no gun related crimes. Well, there's a very low amount, I should say, of gun related crimes committed in the UK because it's law that you cannot own a gun. So if that were the case here, and if the Second Amendment didn't exist or wasn't so strong, or maybe it was more of a recent amendment, then it wouldn't be impossible. And it's still not impossible, but it's just very, very difficult to kind of regulate it. But
even in places where they do have allow guns, because we're so lax with the laws, they don't have the level of, because you have to go through all the steps to get guns.
Mm-hmm.
The level of gun violence is dramatically lower. It's just we just have a bad policy with dealing with weapons, with guns in particular. We have a bad culture when dealing with guns. That's all it is, man. You can have guns. Nobody's anti-gun. You know what I'm saying? I don't they say the Democrats are anti-gun, but I've never seen the Democratic platform was we're gonna ban all guns. I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen it. But the platform is always, we need to regulate, and maybe certain guns you can't have, and the right to bear arms supposed to be within a well-regulated militia. But the fucking it's all money, man. Supreme Court was that part doesn't count. And so, because they get paid by the fucking gun lobby, turns out, hey, who fucking knew that there were no restrictions on what gifts the Supreme Court can take? Who knew? Mm-hmm. Who knew you can fucking take anything? So when that shit changes, because the gun lobby is hey, here's some money, we'll send you on the trip.
Right, there's billions of dollars at stake, and money talks. So
and then you buy a court decision, and then they're just this half of the concept of the Second Amendment, that part doesn't count. We're just gonna ignore it. We're gonna scratch that part out of the Second Amendment.
Even that sentence you just said, Juice, you can buy a court decision. That shit right there tells you how fucked up the system is. If you can buy a court decision, yeah, sure. But yeah, fellas, man, we'll see. We'll see what happens with all this mess, man. This shit was crazy. So look, man, we can't wait for another 2 months for the next cast, man. All right.
Yeah,
it's been 2 months, man.
We had 3 hours and 31 minutes.
Well, I think with summer winding down, maybe we probably would meet up a lot more, just because of things. A lot of things going to be going on in September and October, and definitely November, election day. Hey,
yo, Frank. Yeah, we mentioned earlier, this is the February, so it's later, but we should try to go see Brave New World.
Oh yeah.
Try to go as a cast. We should all together.
We should go together and see.
And then do a reaction after that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. I'm still with it. So let me know.
When does it come out?
Valentine's Day. That's gonna be tough, but might have to see it the day before, the night before, or.
We could just hit it that Friday. I don't even know what day Valentine's Day's on, but.
Probably.
We could hit that Friday or Saturday or whatever. I don't know.
Is it a Wednesday?
We'll figure it out.
As soon as we get off of here, I'm going to go.
Valentine's Day is a Friday.
It is a Friday.
So we go see it on the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm with it. So,
As
soon as we get off of here, I'm going to go watch that Comics Explained, man. I already got it pulled up. Pause. You intrigued me, Juice, on that Batman story. Man, is Batman? I guess he is.
Lost it.
He's still one of my favorite superheroes, man. And I consider Batman a superhero. His superpower is wealth, okay? And he's still one of the greatest of all time. The only gripe I have with Batman is I wish his was a little more machinish.
It's a super rare superpower too.
yeah, being that rich,
Most things ain't resource. It's a means of resource. It's a resource. That's what it is. It's not a superpower. It doesn't make him superhuman in any way. He could just basically buy anything he wants.
Like a power suit.
For a minute that, if
or the means to make one that can
Flash or Spider-Man, existed, that they would be poor. There's no way you're telling me Peter Parker will be struggling to pay his bills if he's Spider-Man, bro. You can find some way to make money, man. Like you're a struggling reporter. I get it. You want the humbleness and all that, but you're Spider-Man, dude. There has to be some field that you can get into where you can make a decent living. You know, like you're having trouble paying your rent. You're Spider-Man. You know, come on, man. Never bought that shit.
But that's the thing about Spider-Man. That's what makes him relatable. To a lot of us, right? Like, especially growing up as in high school and college, we were fucking broke too.
Hell yeah.
You know? Like, and that's the era that they place him around, right? Like, so that's just a part of that life at that point in time. You know, unless you weren't broke, then I guess you can't relate. But like, I certainly could relate to him in that instance. You know, even with superpowers, but it's like, what could he do? You know, like what comes to mind to you? What could he do?
Well, I couldn't be
without exposing that he's a superpowered individual.
Without exposing, I mean, he could be I don't know, carrier delivery. I don't know, something, man.
That doesn't pay very much.
Hey, Uber Eats, he'd kill an Uber Eats.
That doesn't pay very much either.
Yeah, I still feel like he could kill it. You know, he would just
kill it. How? Like,
you mean like without stealing?
Well, yeah, definitely not without stealing. Yeah,
or like bad guys.
I don't know. I'm robbing a bad guy. If I beat up a crook,
I'm robbing the shit out of a bad guy, son. Like, I'll beat your ass. You already stole some shit.
Like,
I'm gonna give the people back their stuff. But if I find a stash, that's mine.
Like a Spider-Man, like the way for Spider-Man to to kill it at his age, you know, in the high school, college age, around wherever they put him. But like, he would need to get a little lucky and become an investment banker, or something like that. But you don't need superpowers for that. You just need to get lucky and not go to school and just get into banking and then just work your way up
seed money
there. You know, that too. But like, there are a lot of things that he could do, but he's still a student, and he's still a struggling college student, high school student, and it's like his superpowers won't benefit him in any way, shape, or form unless he steals the money or he becomes a drug dealer, and you don't need superpowers for that either. He would just be really fucking good at it. He'd be amazing at it, you know.
If he's found one of Kingpin stashes,
right? He'd be amazing at it. Not taking that. I'm taking a couple $100,000 out of there, man.
But
it's drug money anyway. Nobody's gonna know.
But then there's the morality. There's the morality factor. The morality factor. He would not be classified as a hero in any way, shape, or form if he did something like that. So
better redistribute some of it.
Hey, better I take the money and use it to pay my bills than give it
to the crooked cops,
fund his criminal syndicate. You know, so that's how I would justify it, man. I just don't believe that he would be struggling to pay his rent. Like, you're Spider-Man, dude. There has to be something you could think of.
Hey, you could, I think that's the thing about Spider-Man. He has powers, but he struggles just like all of us did.
Yeah, that was one of the endearing things.
Like, that's just a part. That's just a part of life. No matter who you are in that stage of life, you're gonna be fucking broke as a joke. You know. Like,
I'm doing something. I'm gonna be a star athlete or something, man. I think he could be an athlete and keep it in check enough.
You're a star athlete. You're a star athlete, but you're still in high school and college, so you actually need a real job to supplement your trajectory, your career trajectory.
I'd be a 5-star recruit at the best college in New York State. You know, whatever.
How would superpowers help you with that? Anyway, all right, okay. I know we keep having this discussion. And
some of these discussions will never end if we don't cut that shit off. Like, if I brought up Sam Wilson right now, that shit would just go on for another 25 minutes. You know?
Don't do it.
Look, man, exactly. Sam Wilson could definitely make money off that.
Why? Because he has the heart.
Yeah,
because he got heart.
Because he got government funding.
He can have all the goddamn heart he wants. You got all the goddamn heart he wants. He needs that super soldier serum. and he needs that super soldier serum in order to take at least one fucking hit.
Maybe they give it to him in this movie
What?
somehow. Maybe there's a way that he
just don't get hits. Take a move.
Maybe there's a way that he gets injected with the serum in this movie. Maybe.
He don't need no serum.
Yes,
he definitely needs a serum.
He does need a serum.
Like without the serum, he
has so much pride and hubris, he doesn't want it. So okay.
He's got sidekicks. He's got technology. That's fine. He'll be all right.
Yeah, man.
Like, isn't like Falcon?
Oh, the new Falcon
in it?
Yeah, the new Falcon. Yeah, Joaquin Torres.
Dude, the Falcon in the comics was like weird looking. Anyway, we can wrap this up. We should probably wrap this up.
Okay.
No doubt, fellas, man. It's been a good cast, man. Been a good cast, man. Frank is an awesome storyteller, and Trump.
Thank you.
Still sucks.
Oh, we gotta do Am I the Asshole next time?
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, it's not another month before we hop on again, man. Maybe 2 weeks or so. Next weekend or something.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll plan it out.
All right, you guys.
All right, boys. Well, hey, thanks everybody for joining us. Guess that's gonna wrap us up.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Y'all be good, man.
You too.
Peace.